Oh, hi everyone. It's me. I'm back once again. I know. Much to everyone's dismay, I've returned. I always say that. But like it almost feels wrong these days if I don't throw that in at the start of stream. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? Welcome in, Maximum. Gonna be an opportunity to have a good stream. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Jags as well, enjoy your lurk. And Onyx, welcome in. Hello, hello. I know you must be getting excited now because it's only like a week till your big event, of course, with you moving, which would be cool. Very soon now. Thank you for the stream streak. I appreciate it. Thank you, Maximum, for the 3 stream streak. I do appreciate stream streaks, of course. Thank you for redeeming them in stream. If you ever have one, feel free to drop it. Always a nice confidence booster to know that I might be doing something right, you know? So thank you for that. How you doing? I'm doing good. Changed my hair color quite drastically today. Interesting. What prompted the hair color change, and what change did you go from and to? What color did you have, and what color did you change to? I'm intrigued. You've got to let us know now. Can't leave us hanging. Got to tell us what you went for. We must know. But yeah, I'm doing alright though, Onyx. I'm doing fairly good. Vibing. Been grinding me War Thunder stuff off stream. Playing games on stream yesterday, which was pretty decent. Starfield, we made some progress there, which was nice. Yeah, things are relatively good, I would say. I'm doing okay. Nothing too much to complain about other than the usual stuff. Pokemon prices being ridiculous and children coming into stream being annoying. But other than that, not much to moan about, you know? Not too much to complain about. I'll get the game up in a minute as well. I've already got it up in the background, so you might hear the music. So I wanted to dye my hair as I felt like it, and I went from my cherry blonde to purple and magenta. It's a bit of a change, that, isn't it? Just a small change. Just a little one, you know, just a little small change. I mean, it's, I suppose, at least similar colors in that they're both kind of that slightly reddy, you know, sort of end of the color spectrum, I guess. Yeah, hey, as long as you like it, that's the main thing, isn't it? As long as you enjoy doing it and having that color, then you go for it, you know? I was going to mention something to you as well, because I know I DM'd you about this the other week, where I said about that thing on Throne as well. Hey, Oreo, welcome in. How are you doing? What has happened there? That's weird. It's like put your sub badge into text. That's really weird. On my screen, it has the VIP badge. Then it has like a symbol for an image. And then it says 33-month subscriber, brackets 2.5 year badge. What? That's so weird. It hasn't loaded the image in of the subs badge. That's kind of funny. Welcome in, Oreo. How you doing? It's nice to see you. I hope you're doing good today. Is Bruised online in War Thunder? Is that who was on my friends list right now? It is. Bruised is playing realistic battles right now. There you go. But yeah, what I was going to say was, I said this to you the other day, Onyx, of course, about the thing on Throne. So I've since found out, apparently, this is an interesting thing. The item that you ended up getting, it's never going to release in the UK. So I thought it was going to, and it was just delayed. So it turns out what they've done is they're not releasing it in the UK. What they're doing instead is they're giving the promo cards from it out with purchases from the Pokemon Center. So I've done my best to have a look around, and I found loads of them being sold in loads of other places. But there's 2 situations that have either happened. They're either all sold out, or they've been scalped, and so the price is like double or triple what it was listed for at like market value. So I'm just kind of like, at this point, I don't really know what to do with it. I'm kind of thinking like I might just get something else you know, get an equivalent instead, because it looks like the chance of me actually getting this specific thing is like non-existent. So yeah, so that's a bit annoying, but it looks like the chance of actually getting that specific box which was listed on there is quite difficult. So we may have to concede defeat on that one and just get an equivalent thing instead, unfortunately. But we'll see. I can always sit on it for a little bit. So I can sit on it and kind of just wait and see, because, you know, it's not like I'm buying any TCG stuff anytime soon. So yeah. Oh, I have it. Yeah, weirdly, mine does that sometimes, but it's yeah, fully broken. It just doesn't show your stuff at all. It's weird. Yeah, I'm alright. How are you all? Hope you... Wait. Oh, I think that's a typo in it. Hope you all are good too. It's going alright. It's going alright. I slept pretty well last night. Which is weird. I've had 3 nights in a row where I've actually slept well. Something must be wrong. Yesterday was pretty decent. I don't really have too many things to complain about, you know. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. I'm alive, I guess. There you go. Not dead yet, so there you go. That's good, I suppose. Yeah, it's really annoying. They so I guess they're not releasing the thing in the UK. I can't see it. Picture of the hair. Here we go. Well, it is very purple. Oh wow. Yeah, that is very purple. I mean, when you said purple, I've seen like people with purple hair and things before. That's very, very strong color. Well, there you go. Hey, at the end of the day, as I say, as long as you, as long as it's what you wanted, then that's the main thing, isn't it? If it's the color you wanted, then good stuff. Let me switch screens real quick. Here we are. It's game capture and it's back again, so hopefully the frame rate today will be better. It won't be laggy again like it was the other day, because that was horrible. So let me run through the account real quick, just so everybody knows as well. Chieftain Mark 10, we unlocked it last week. Then we have 3 Chieftains. We have the Chieftain 3, the Chieftain 5, and the Chieftain 10, all in my lineup for Britain right now, consisting of 8, 7, 8, 7, and 9.0. We also have the Vickers Mark 11, which is, what's the word? Crap. Not very good. Although people have told me that apparently getting the C76A1, the needle shells, as I like to call them, actually makes it quite decent. So hopefully we'll unlock that today. But as of right now, we've got a couple of upgrades to get before we get there. So it's going to be a bit of a long slog with this one, I think. But hopefully we get that, and then we can start getting the engine upgrades and speed up a little. In terms of other things that have changed on the account, there's not really too much to say. I've been doing a little bit of grinding off stream to get some of these Mark of Distinctions. One of the things that I've gone and done is some German stuff. I haven't bought anything new, but I have unlocked the M48A2C, and I'm 28,000 away from the Panzer 2000, so I'm getting quite close there to nearly being one of those annoying people with the Rakuten Automat. And the other thing, in terms of grinding, there's been a little bit done here. We have the American tech tree that I've been playing off stream with Mirage, which hasn't had too much work done on it recently, but we've got the M48A1 still. P32, sadly, is still here. I unlocked the M60 a week or two ago, and I've been playing with that a little bit. It's getting relatively upgraded now onto the last line. M103, of course, with the nasty, the evil eyes. And the M60A2 missile launcher, which is kind of an interesting one. And I've been having some fun with, but I still find it a bit clunky. Currently working on the M551 Sheridan as well, so yeah, this thing's a bit weird. I'm not sure I really like these missiles all that much, so it's been a bit of a weird one, but I've been trying my best with it. I'm just not used to playing missile tanks. Kind of what I wanted, although I did want it to be black rather than purple, but they didn't have black, so I went with the darkest color they had. Funny thing is, it works better with the magenta. Yeah, that's fair enough, though. As I say, if it's what you if you like it at the end of the day, then there's nothing wrong with that, you know? I was talking about this yesterday kind of with Oreo, right? Because we were talking about this the other day. She was talking about piercings and stuff with me and showing some stuff. And we were talking about it. And we both said at the time, wow, isn't it strange that at your job, no one's complained about your piercings or anything yet? She has a couple of piercings. She has some like nose piercings and stuff. And we were like, one day someone's going to come in, they're going to moan about it. And it's just going to be one of those people who just doesn't like it for the sake of it. And yesterday, that happened. Where someone came into her job and complained about her piercings and told her that she should take them out. You know? And it's just like, the fuck does it matter? As long as she likes them on her piercings, why does it matter? Bruv. It's the same thing with that. You know? As long as you like the purple that you've got, then that's the main thing, innit? If someone else don't like it, then that's their problem. So that's the main thing, innit? As long as you have a sense of enjoyment from it, then that's the main thing. Let's slap on some boosters, and let's get going, shall we? First game of the day, we are... let me check if it's going to let me. 195,000 away from the VFM5, so we're a long old way out. We're not going to do this today. If we could knock off 95k on that, 100k, I'd be happy. So we're looking for about 100,000 probably on that today. I reckon I can do 100k in 5 hours on arcade. On a good day. Depends. So I'm gonna go for it. We're going for broke here. On this map as well, Vickers is never good because there's always walls in the way. So best thing to do is go Chieftain first. So let's do that and go up to A point, my favorite spot on the map. I think we're going to be sticking with the running theme as well of today's title for a little while. I was doing Worst Player EU, but I think I've now lovingly referred to it, and also to hopefully limit the amount of people that have to come in and question why I'm not playing realistic. I've now come up with the stream series of the Arcade Asylum, where brain cells go to die. So that's what we're doing today. We're playing arcade in the Arcade Asylum. That's what we're doing. That's the new series we're going to be doing on stream. War Thunder Arcade Asylum. So there you go. Welcome in, Knee. How's it going, man? Not with that attitude. I believe we can do it. I think we can. It's kind of one of those ones where sometimes I don't remember if we do 100k with boosters or if I just have to be playing really well. We do have some XP boosters today, though, so we can boost ourselves a little. Just not a ton. Oh, look, a Leopard player. T62 M1 getting over there is pretty annoying, I'm not going to lie. I shouldn't have peeked that, really. That was a bit silly. I don't know why I half thought that was an enemy for a second there. I was like switched on to that, ready to flick around and just bang. T62 is down by A somewhere. Unless he died, but I don't see why he would have. No, someone must have killed him. How the hell did that T62 AM1 or whatever fuck that up? How is he dead already? Bizarre. I don't know how he died there, really. That's wild. Light tank is there. You can see the crap coming out the exhaust, so we know he's there. TAM 2 as well is probably going to have a bit of a look in a minute. Nice. He killed me. Lower plate, I'm guessing. Straight through the track. There you go, with his needle shells. Nice. Alright, we're going into Vickers. Somebody got add you on Warzone and join you in the brain rot of Arcade Asylum. You can add me whenever you want, if you want to. I think my name is exactly the same as it is on stream, so you should be able to look me up and find me easily enough if you want to add me at some point. Shouldn't be too difficult. I know Bruised has already got me there, so Bruised can probably help you out with the name on the friends list if you need it. No. T62. No. Go away. We hit the fence. We lose now. We die. Yeah, we hit the... This is the problem with this thing. The thing that I hate about this is most of the British vehicles all have solid shot ammo. This thing starts with heat. The reason I hate heat is because heat is a high explosive round, so it explodes like on impact effectively. It blows up if it hits a fence, a tree, anything like that, a small piece of wall. You can't shoot through things, you have to shoot round things. And it's particularly annoying because you run into situations like that where you physically cannot... Where did the leopard pen? Mantler. Are you fucking joking? Okay. It's got me mantler penned by a leopard. Firing uphill at me. Wow. But yeah, it just means that on a map like this with a lot of like crap, where you can see a lot of these fences and things in the vineyards, there's a lot of crap to fire your shell at that it will get stuck on and explode on. So it's quite annoying because you will run into many situations where you should just be able to shoot straight through something and the game just says no. So it gets quite annoying on a map like this, hence why I didn't pull the Vickers first as my opening vehicle of the day. No kill. The heat would have been perfect there for a shot in the back of the turret of that T-62A. And I got bombed. Nice. What a great start to the day. Hopefully that doesn't set the tone for the rest of today. I got, two-shotted twice, and then I got bombed because I'm the most powerful vehicle in the lobby, of course, because that's the only reason people bomb people in-game. As I've been lectured about so many times by realistic players in chat for some reason. Whenever I say, God, I hate those planes, they're really annoying and unbalanced, you always get some realistic player come in and go, yeah, they only bomb the OP vehicles, my dude. They only bomb the OP vehicles that the tanks can't kill. Yeah, like my Chieftain. It's so powerful, the mighty Chieftain Mark V. It's so strong. Just like when I got penned through the mantlet by a leopard. It's so powerful, it needs to be bombed off the map. Fuck off, man. Anyone who actually believes that plane players sit there and go, oh, no, I'm not going to go after that guy who's a free kill. I'll go after the IS-7. No, they won't. Very obviously, they'll go after the freest kill they can find. Which a lot of the time tends to be one of these British tanks because they have no armor. If our teammates aren't absolute headless chickens, then it'll be a breeze. Potentially, but I mean, we've got to add in the gaijin factor, you know, of headless chickens being in every game anyway. Because there aren't that many people who play War Thunder who are intelligent. That's the word I was looking for. Most people just kind of bumble around the map and do the dumbest thing possible. Which, admittedly, and I'll say this happens to me in games sometimes in various different games. And it will sound like a bit of a weird thing to say, but a lot of the time when I die in games, it's because I kind of assume that the enemy team are going to do something smarter than they actually end up doing, right? So you'll sit there and you'll think about, like, strategy, and you'll be like, right, what's the smartest thing he could do now? He's going to try and bait me and go around the other side of this hill or something, right? So, like, this guy here, you go, well, the obvious solution is probably he goes over here, right? And he'd, like, try and peek down behind this house, so I might sit there watching it. And then you'll find out he just drives into the middle of the fucking open over here and blasts you again, you know? So it's like sometimes I'll kind of die to, like, people's stupidity because you don't expect it. That's what it is. You don't expect someone to do something so dumb that it actually works like that. It happens in Siege a lot as well. You'll see someone, you'll be like, no, he isn't going to swing that again. That'd be really silly. He's going to flank me. And he'll just swing the same door that he's peeked like 4 times in a row. And it's just like, what is wrong with you? Why would you peek that again? I mean, he gets away with it and he gets the kill. So it's like, all right, fair enough. But you're thinking like, what is the point? Wild. Hey, Forks, welcome in, man. Are you winning? Yeah, about that. First game was a bit of a disaster, I'm not going to lie. We'll see how the next one goes. Why was that smoked when I... That was weird. A weasel. A weasel who I can't hit. Or a Wiesel, I guess, as it would be pronounced in its native tongue of German. Where's our little pal? I think it's the Tam, isn't it? Is the other one who was here. There's a Tam and a BMP, I think. Adidja. My gaijin name is Precious Golem. I think that's your Discord name as well, isn't it? Because I can see when people join the server what their like main name is. He hit me around the corner. Oh, wow. It's an annoying little guy with his missiles, that is. No luck at all. What a name. People that complain about shit in War Thunder are 100% the people that complain in chat on Delta Force when they're trying to solo push an objective. Oh, do you know what else pisses me off about Delta Force, folks? This annoys me. Every teammate I seem to get in my squad, like the randos in the squad, do the same thing. Right? They'll run in, die in the middle of a road, and then go ping, 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 res me, res me, res me, res me, res me, ping, 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 ping. And it's like, don't die like a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna res you. No, I'm not running into the middle of the open to heal you, you fucking idiot. No. And it's not even just like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. They'll literally just sit there being like, ping, 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 ping. And they'll just keep doing it until you either res them or they die. And it's like, I'm not helping you. You're dead in the middle of an open field and there's 3 snipers staring at you. No wonder you died. I'm not resing you. No. Like, I'm not an idiot. Thank you for the stream streak, Nitty, as well. The 15 stream streak. That's less times. That stream streak of 15 is less times than the average Delta Force player will die and then ping to get rezzed afterwards. It's true. They'll ping more than 15 times over and over. Thank you for the 15 stream streak. Is it too early to say we back? I think 15's a solid amount. That's a good amount of streams in a row, isn't it? That's like 3 weeks. Wow, 4 weeks, actually, roughly 4 weeks. Close to, anyway. That's a decent amount of time, I'd say. I think we'll give you that one. Oh, he's a little more aggressive than... Oh, it's a ZSU. Ooh. These people are a little more aggressive than I thought they were, actually. I didn't realize the pattern was there. I knew the T-64 was there, but the pattern I didn't know about. The pattern who I think is dead, but... I'm just going to cap the zone and get the 3 points because... Well... I want to do something this game, and I'm not getting a kill, apparently. Have I got a kill yet? Oh, I have. I killed the T-62 in the last game. That's the only kill I've got so far. Bit dire, innit? Don't ask why that's my name. Don't worry, I won't ask questions about people's names. Used to be my Discord name, now I've changed it. I remember, because it was like one of those ones where sometimes before, like, knowing who people are, people will join the Discord and they'll have a different name to what their, like, server name is. And I'll be like, what's that? I don't recognize that person. Be like, have we had a precious golem in stream recently? I'll be like, I don't know. And then I'll click on the name and it'll show, like, you pop up as the profile. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's just someone who has a different name. Okay. But, like, I do that every time. I'll see a name that I don't recognize. So I'll be like, who's this then? I don't recognize this person. I'm always suspicious about people joining Discord. Like, I try and get them if I can, but honestly, yeah, every time, dude, they just sit there pinging. Ping, 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 ping. I died, by the way. I died, by the way. Ping, ping, ping. It's so annoying. And do you know what my favorite part about those people is? The people who sit there and ping for a res constantly. You could be dead at their feet, and they ain't gonna even think about resing you. They'll sit there going ping, 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 res me, res me, res me, res me. And then the second you'll die at their feet in cover behind a wall and they'll just run off. They won't even fucking think for half a second about resing you. They've gone. They've checked out. They ran off. And it's like, thanks, buddy. Especially, it's even worse if you're the medic. And it's like, if you res me, I'm about to go and res like 5 people. Like, also, I'm guessing this T-64 as well has decided he's not going to respawn because he's just going to die. So instead of doing that, he's now going to prolong the game for ages because we have to wait for him. So we're just going to be sat here for the next, like, 20, 30 seconds waiting for the game to end because of this guy. I'm stuck, step teammate. My other favorite are the people that are like medics, why you don't heal me, or engineers get their vehicles. Yeah, medic. The people who complain about being healed, which got absolutely pile driven by some of them. But the people who complain about not being healed by the medics, you'll usually see it. Like the amount, I've seen it a few times where people will sit there and they'll bitch about the medics and say they don't do anything. And you'll look at the end of the game and the medic will have like... I think the most I've ever seen is there was a medic with like 115 revives or something. And there was someone complaining that the medics hadn't done a good enough job. Ooh, this is a different version of Ardennes. Don't tell me they've changed the map. Or Ardennes? This isn't Ardennes, this is Maginot Line. They made it bigger. Interesting. I don't know if this was always like this, or if this is just the version I've got now, but this is cool if it is a larger version of the map that they're playing. Don't mind that. How about you do it if you're so concerned about it? Yeah, no, that's the other thing as well, is some people only play medic for the guns and they don't do any reses. And those people, like, fine, complain about them. But usually you'll get the medics that are actually, like, working their ass off to try and heal everyone. And in a lot of cases, they'll heal you in, like, quite frankly, suicidal positions. If I've had, like, some reses that I've had from medics have been really questionable. Right? You'll have, like, some really questionable things with a medic where they'll, like, pick you up in the middle of a trench that there's, like, maybe 3 or 4 people down the end of, and they'll just be like, fuck it, I'm going for it. And they'll somehow get away with the res. Or, you know, like, someone will smoke you off, and they'll just run into the middle of, like, an enemy spawn and try and res you, and it's just like, you are absolutely wild. And they really try. And then the medics get a bunch of stuff because people complain about it. But those same people who sit there going 0-20, who are like, oh my god, medic, res me. And it's like, why don't you play it? You can't get any fucking kills. Why don't you play the medic? At least you can do something useful for the team. Like, I don't know. Like, as much as someone will complain about that and go, oh, that's toxic. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, if you're playing any kind of competitive game, you want to win. And if there are people who are doing literally nothing on the team, they're not pulling their weight whatsoever, to some degree, playing medic's not a bad idea. If someone's struggling that much, then medic's not a bad idea at all. And some people just enjoy medic anyway. Some people just enjoy the support class. Like, I know me and Oreo played like a bunch of Delta Force together, and she just enjoys playing the medic like class. Right, I have a bad feeling about this. I don't like the amount of light tanks here. I broke his turret ring, that was it. Nice. The big light pans up. Anyone? No one's in a position to shoot him. Nice, I die now though, probably. Okay. I'm literally sat in the middle of the map and there's no one in a position to shoot these people. Hilarious, isn't it? Sometimes you've got to wonder, like, what the fuck people are doing, to the point where I die, like, here. And there's this entire area of the map. There's 2 people here and no one's covering it. You know? It's kind of like, why am I the only one on B? And then we've got a SPAA circle jerk going on down here, or there was. You couldn't see it until... Like, you couldn't see it because it was blocked by the map, but until a minute ago, there was like 3 of them sat on top of each other in the spawn. And it's like, why are we playing SPAAs, especially when at the time there was no planes in the lobby, because it was right at the start. Ah, fucking players, man. Ah, that was nowhere near. Oh, it's heat, isn't it? Of course, it has shit range. I tend to always find that the heat rounds never do really well at distance. That's never going to hit. They're not going to dip down there either. Right, well, this is terrible. Okay. We actually hit that. I don't know what the light tank is, but he isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Hehehehe. Where did I die from? T62 from where? From the front. I'm trying to figure out where he was on the map. I don't actually know. Like, he was obviously around here somewhere. He was on the edge of the town somewhere, but I thought there was a dip there. I guess maybe I was either really tall on that spot where I was, or he could just see me from like some weird spot. Interesting. I thought I was relatively safe where I was. Apparently not. Had a game with Onyx. Welcome in, Bruce, by the way. On Delta Force, and he would pass me as I beg him to pick me up, just dying there. See, there's a difference, though, between doing it as, like, friends memeing about, though, and then, like, the rando who's playing the medic or being the rando squaddy doing it. Because in a lot of cases, I say, you'll res the rando squad guy, but he won't do anything for you. Is where it's annoying. Because in a lot of cases, it'll be like, you know, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, but when it comes to Delta Force, I tend to drop a lot of kills, right? I tend to be a stronger player on the leaderboard and do fairly well. And in a lot of cases, having me alive, the chance of us winning goes up quite a bit. Because I'm getting so many kills in a lot of cases that we're winning more games because I'm stopping people in the point, etc. And then Rando will be like 1 in 50, and he's like, res me, res me, res me, res me. It's like, you're not doing anything anyway, dude. Why should I? You're just the Rando. Even the silent lurk. Sit and twiddle their thumbs and don't care about what's going on in the game. Oh, exactly. Which, that's what I've never understood in certain games, right? Is people who do that and, like, stop moving. Fuck's sake. People have always, like, had a weird attitude towards that whenever I've said anything. Because if I ever say, like, I don't really understand why people in comp games don't try and play seriously, usually I'll just get a bunch of people being like,
not everyone plays to win, and sweaty tryhards, some people just like to play for fun.
and it's like, play quick play then, or something. Like, I've never understood the mentality of people who complain about people like me for wanting to play competitively in ranked modes. You know? And things like that. It's just, I find it a really stupid mentality of people who complain about people who want to play competitively, to some degree, in the competitive mode. Because you'll just get people who are like absolute noobs who are just memeing, and they'll just go into a comp playlist and fuck around. Which is fine, but also you've got to understand at that point, you're kind of ruining the game for everybody else who wants to actually play the competitive playlist. Right? And then the people who like complain about people who say anything about it, like me, I just find that really weird. People being like, well, they only want to play for fun, and it's like they can. They just play something that's not the comp playlist or whatever. I don't get why people do that, like as a mentality. I used to get it all the time in I've talked about this before, that there's another tanks game that's really popular other than War Thunder that I used to play a lot of, and I used to be very highly ranked in like the general skill leaderboards in that game, right? Back in the day. I used to go around and like trophy hunt effectively for fun in that game by getting all the 3 marks and stuff. That was just child's play, right? And the amount of times that people, I would complain about shit teams and people would be like, well, people are just playing for fun. And it's like, yeah, but I also want to win. Like, there's a difference between playing for fun and sitting there in the spawn, slamming your head against the keyboard, and just like, I mean, that game was completely different fundamentally with like accuracy and stuff, right? Well, you generally have it where heavy tank guns were really inaccurate but did more damage and things like that. And you get people who'd be in like a fucking something that's designed to fight people at like 50 meters, and they'd be sniping people across the map, and it's just like, you're just throwing at that point. You're not even just playing for fun, you're just an idiot throwing the game. And yeah, I always used to find it a bit weird where people would be like, oh, not everyone's playing to win, some people are just playing for fun. And it's like, yeah, you can play for fun, but also that doesn't mean you have to be shit as well. You can play for fun and still be okay at the game, or decent. Like, there was a great encounter I had once on Siege that made me laugh, where it was ranked Siege at the start. It was either the start of a new season or if it was a new patch had come out. And someone came in. in this Siege game. They just started adding the patch notes in-game so you could see them directly in-game now. And someone came in and played an operator and then started complaining in chat that they couldn't do something that they could do before because they'd been nerfed or something, or they changed their kit. And they were, I think they were playing like Frost or something. And they changed something with Frost and they were moaning about like the gadget or something. I think it was the fact that Frost mats weren't like guaranteed kill anymore, effectively. Like people could get out of them or something like that. And they were moaning about that, and then someone just said, like, bro, it's been in the patch notes for, like, 2 weeks. And then the guy just comes out and he's like, oh, I'm not a fucking loser like you people who has too much time on my hands reading the patch notes. I just play for fun on the weekends. And it's like, you realize it's in-game. Like, you don't have to be some, like, hardcore sweater to read the patch notes for the game that you're playing. So that when you're in the ranked playlist, which is the comp playlist, you understand how the game works. You know? It's just like... I don't get it half the time. I think people's, like, view of, like, who are sweaty gamers, a lot of the time is just people who are just a bit stupid. They just say things that don't make sense about it. You don't have to necessarily be sweaty because you want to win a game. I wouldn't describe myself as a sweat at War Thunder, but I like winning. If I complain about having a bad team, does that make me a sweat? Makes me an average player. I don't know. That's annoying as well, that spot there. I mean, the Rise just YOLO'd in, and then the other two, whoever they were, the team at 5v1, the BMP, just kind of sat around the corner. So I was the one who peeked, and so I'm the one who died. Could argue I was over-aggressive there. I think there's probably some merit to that, but also I think there's some merit to the fact that you could also say that maybe whoever was in the T95E2 could have come around the corner and helped me a little bit, but, you know, why would you do that when self-preservation is the name of the game? Might as well just sit round the corner and do nothing, and then he's died anyway because the TAM killed him, I think, so... Didn't really work out very well for him, did it? I'll get back to reading chat properly in a minute. I'm just ranting at the moment. I'm on a ranty day today. There's that guy dead. That's the light who is here, isn't it? The BMP. This guy going to be looking at me? I bet he is. Bet he's somehow... Oh, no, there he is. M60. Whoever the light is too far in the corner. Light... Oh, he's died, which is nice. Oh, it's an M60A2. I mean, I can't even see the K-Panzer. Oh, he was in the middle. I couldn't even see him. Interesting. I couldn't see him, nor could I get a outline on him. I guess the wreck of the M60A2 was either blocking my reticle or the fire was, like, masking the color. Nice. I've also noticed as well, I don't know, some of you guys who play higher tier ground, you guys can tell me as well. K-Panzer 70, what's your opinion on that vehicle? Because, my god... From the last, like, 2 weeks of playing, I don't think I've ever seen such sweatier fuckers in this game than people playing the K-Panzer 70. I found this one guy the other day, I can't remember what his name is. It was like Dr. Schnitzel or something. My fucking god, he was the sweatiest player you've ever seen. He rushed right at the start into this position that was, like, really, really difficult to dig him out of, and then he essentially just spawn camped for the next 10 minutes. And he just sat there. He'd like peek 1 pixel of his turret over the top of the hill, and then he'd just snipe you and then just drive back down again. And it was just like one shot after one shot after one shot. It was like the worst game I've ever played because it was boring as shit. It was just this guy fucking spawn camping for 10 minutes. There was 2 of them. There was the Schnitzel guy, and then there was someone else later in the week. On Friday. That was on Monday, I think. And then on Friday... last week or Saturday, one of the 2 days, there was someone else who did the same thing, who was also another K-Panzer 70 player who was super sweaty. So I feel like it might just be one of those vehicles that attracts the sweaters. I don't know. Yeah, how's it going there, Bruce? Let's be honest, some people like smashing their heads into the keyboard and they say they have fun. But they're just disturbed in the head and need therapy. Yeah. Wish to cave my skull in more. I play War Thunder. Yeah, that's what people do when they need to give themselves a... Okay. Literally as a T-55 AMD sat repairing in the middle of the road, and he's like, nah, shoot the Chieftain. Okay. Alright, K-Panzer 70. It's becoming my... It's quite quickly becoming one of my new most hated vehicles, the K-Panzer 70. I'll show you it in the tech tree as well, because we haven't had much of a chance to see it, because every time it's appeared, it's essentially just gotten a kill in about the first 3 seconds. The 9.0 medium, or it's basically an MBT at this point. It's almost exactly the same. I think it's just the German version of the American... Is it the XM803 or the XM870 or whatever it is? It's almost exactly the same as that. But 380 pen, it's not got a huge amount of armor, but what it does have is all weirdly angled. So it's like surprisingly bouncy when you shoot at it. It's not guaranteed that stuff will go through. And the problem is with it as well, like unlike a lot of the tanks is, its ammo is pretty much all in this back slot of the turret. And there's a bit in the... I don't want to collapse that. There's a bit in the rack in the middle as well. Like here. So it's one of those ones where this big fuel tank in the front is surprisingly good at stopping shots. And then if the turret is kind of annoying in the first place, the chance of penning all the way back to blowing this lot up in the back of the turret is quite a lot as well. It's got 6-second reload as well, 10 degrees of gun depression. It's quite nasty. It's an annoying vehicle. I hate it, man. I hate playing it. It reminds me a lot of the DF-105 in that it's like the chance of just shooting in here and not doing a lot is quite high. And you can only really kill it consistently by blasting it in the back of the turret. So it's just a pain in the ass, and the gun is strong on it as well. So... If can I look at the mods on it? Yeah, needle shells. My favorite thing. It's got needle shells, and then it gets anti-tank rockets at the end. Or anti-tank missiles. So, yeah, it's a bit of a bastard of a vehicle, really. And there's another version of it in the American tech tree that's exactly the same. Yeah, it's the MBT-70, not the X. The XM803 is really similar. This is obviously like the Mark II version of it or whatever. And then you have this thing, which is basically exactly the same. So it's also another fun vehicle. Oh, I hate it, man. I hate those things so much. The XM8, you know, 870 and the other one. Bloody annoying. The Schitt's Creek sniper, yeah. Yeah, it was like Dr. Schnitzel and someone else. I can't remember who it was. I actually got so mad that I blacklisted the guy after the game so I wouldn't run into him anymore. Not a War Thunder stream without a bit of a rant. To be fair, it's not any of my streams without a bit of a rant. I do a rant constantly. Everything in the higher tiers makes me want to smash my head in because of how weak my tank tends to be. It feels like everything at high tier is like super OP. Oh, we're on the small version of the map. Here you go, we're going another mini rant here. Don't know why Gaijin does this. At low tiers, you never get these small versions of the map. But now we're at high tier, where everything's big, more powerful vehicles with longer range capabilities. They stick us on the tiny 4 grid square wide version of a map. I don't understand the point of that. You get to big vehicles that can now fight longer distances and stuff, and you put them in a smaller space to fight. Don't get it. Going back to the PZ. Mark can suck it. I hate it. It's long and annoying. Oh, the mark of distinction thing. I'm at 6 now. I think this will be 7 today. I hazard a guess that I can get 7 today. But while I say that, at the moment we have not done a lot on the XP grind, so we really need to step up. I am not doing very well today so far. Not getting a lot of kills is the problem, so I'm not getting much XP. Once I get into the groove and get in my stride, I'll probably be okay with it. I just need a couple of like decent rounds or a good game, like one good game. That's a nice start at least. one good game just to kind of like get the, you know, get the blood pumping, and then we can go from there. Leave the hydrant and spinal knee. No worries, my dude. Have a good one. Just hanging out. Don't question it. I'll only do your head in. Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't. Gaijin's map design in general. Oh, fuck me. This is a 279, dude. Of all the people to run into, why does it have to be the object 279 that I find over here? Gotta hope as well this medium maybe doesn't know I'm here and I get a free cheap shot on him, because the 279 is coming. There's also someone here now. 279 is too late now. 279's around the corner. I have found I can kill the 279 if I land a shot right on the weld of his plate. I can actually kill him, but it has to be exactly center of his like plate where they join. It's kind of a nasty shot to try and land. I can try it right here, but it's going to be tough. Light tank might help me out a huge amount of this BMP if he flanks him. That bounced. It bounced on the side of his turret. See, what that shows you is that guy might have a lot of money to be able to buy the $1,500 tank. Doesn't mean he's got a lot of skill, though. Because he basically just YOLO'd up the map and died immediately. So sometimes some of the people in the big scary vehicles aren't actually that scary, more because the people who play them aren't very smart more than anything else. And in that case there, he kind of just proved that. Not a very smart way of playing the 279 by just YOLOing, but there you go. If you have heat, you can kill it easy. Well, I don't know. That's the problem, isn't it? I mean, I have the Vickers with heat, but... Do you really... he's back again. I bet he pens my hatch and kills me. Went under. I actually penned him with a something, though. Something went through him. Okay. Quite hoping that the BMP is going to pop over here again. That'd be quite nice. Quietly hoping for that. Ooh, that went well. I got the shrapnel from my... got to go into him, though. I mean, if nothing else, I'm keeping him busy. How is he... In a minute, what will happen is he'll get impatient and he'll do something stupid, probably. That's what I'm kind of banking on with this guy. Gun broken. Oh, he penned him. We got his driver. The problem is I don't want to push into the smoke to fight him because the 279 still. So... He's lurking in the smoke and I don't like it. I really need to help that IS-4 as well. No pen. Side of the turret again. I penned his breach. Now I've broken both parts of his gun. Don't know how I didn't really pen his K-Panzer 70. He's repairing. He's probably got 20 seconds or so on his repair, so I might actually have half a chance to come over and fight the K-Panzer with this IS-4 and then take the 27... No, he fired at me. Okay, I'm going to ignore him. He's definitely reloading for a bit. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do or not, but... No kill. Although I broke his turret and that, I think I killed his driver as well, did I? Go for the ready rack. Missed. He has no ammo in it. Nice. And he died to someone else. And then I died to the 279. Ay, ay, ay. I spent all that time messing around and then didn't really achieve anything. Love it. If you have heat, you can kill it easy. I already saw that, didn't I? I already read that. We'll break out the heat and see if it does a difference this time for me. With the Vickers. We'll try going out to the right again. 279's dead again as well, which is nice. A couple of assists, only one kill. Should have killed the K-Panzer, but... you know. Is what it is. How many times you get obliterated by a light tank because they have a rapid gun and can pen you from the front, or an anti-tank rocket? Quite a lot, because it happens to me fairly often. Dying to a BMP or someone. They are rather annoying, I must say. I think the annoying thing about fighting a light in a lot of those circumstances is there's kind of a grim inevitability of you know you're going to die. It's just how long it's going to take him to kill you. Because they'll pop up, you'll see them there, you know that they're there, and then you start hearing them rattle off shots, and you know they're going to kill you sooner or later. You just have to kind of watch and wait until you die. Because you know that you're dead. Like, there's no way you're getting away from the rockets and the pop-pop guns that they have, so... you just have to essentially sit there and either pray that someone else kills them before you die, or wait until you die. That's all you can do. Right, the game's over. Right. If anyone spawns, then they'll just shoot straight out of spawn anyway, so... lackluster again. Horrible game so far. I haven't had a good game yet at all. Every game so far has been really poor. Very frustrating. Hello. Surprised he isn't going to shoot me. We're going to go to the BRB in a minute, because I think that's coming up in not too long. I think it's probably a good thing, actually. I need to go, yeah, what's this? Tank challenge? Or is that for the battle pass? What that was for? Some form of challenge? Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no, it was. I have to kill 7 TDs, 7 SPAAs, and 7 tanks for the battle pass. Doesn't seem too hard. Not a great game, that, but... the fact we're running at 5,000 is bad as well. We have to do 10,000 points an hour now. 3 minutes and 5 seconds until the break, so we are going to be chilling and waiting for that. Just because. I need a bit of a reset. This is a... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. The feel isn't quite there at the minute, you know? The feel isn't there. I'm not landing shots or not getting a little bit of that luck. Yeah, I mean, you know how these games go. Usually it's like you kind of make your own luck when you're playing well. And in this case, I'm not really having the chance to do a lot or getting away with much. So it's making it quite difficult because every time I try and peek, it's like I'm just getting locked down by like 3 people, you know? Or I run into the 279 or something like that, and it's kind of, it's hard to really like get going into the game when you kind of get stuck fighting some big lump of Russian steel like that constantly. So once I get a little bit of that kind of edge, a bit of that rub of the green where it allows me to start going. I mean, I kind of strongly believe that in games like this, a lot of it is a snowball effect, right? Once we get going, we get ramping up and then we go from there. But we need to get going first before we can do that. Right? And in my case, we just haven't got, like, going in the right direction yet. When we do, we'll be fine. But we're just cranking up. So, we'll go from there. Never curse yourself saying that ain't hard, that is easy, or this will be fun. I don't think I've said any of those things, to be fair. Gaijin just cursed me anyway. To be fair, last stream, I think we did quite well in-game. That's probably why. It always kind of balances out anyway. I tend to find that one stream I'll do particularly decently and then the next stream will just be terrible. In terms of the gameplay. So, like, I don't know, maybe we're just on the bad day. It kind of ebbs and flows, though. I'm sure we'll have a bit of a purple patch later on where we'll go kind of crazy, so... The wrong button. Maybe some of it was because I had an XP booster on. That could be part of it. I dared to put on an XP booster, so that might have been what screwed me over. But, how long have I got on this anyway? Until the 31st is Friday at 11 AM. So this, I'll get this done. This will be finished. If I don't get this done today, I'll finish that tomorrow. Be fine. So I'll have my vehicle by the weekend. My FV 4030-3. Which, if you want to actually look at that, I can show it off, I guess. This is the actual vehicle we're trying to unlock. It's kind of a step between the Chieftain and the Challenger, I think. It's kind of like the middle between the two, as far as I'm aware. I think it's basically just like what would be the Challenger 1. Which I don't think exists in-game, does it? The Challenger? Isn't it only the Challenger 2? Oh, it's the DS, so we can have a look at that. Yeah, very Challenger-like. So the 4030 is basically just a Challenger then. Interesting. Well, there you go. We'll get into that. Well, I was going to say soon. It won't be soon, will it? These grinds are all going to take multiple streams. 260k, 260k, and I think 210. Like, yeah, crazy. Anyway, I'm going to switch to the BRB because the break's going to start in a second, and I'm going to get up from the desk and have an extra few seconds of break. So I'll be back in a minute, okay? BRB, everyone, back in a sec. Not quite as consistent as yesterday, coming back with 4 seconds left on the... Unfortunately. Right. We are back then. Let's carry on. Hopefully after a little refresh, we can come back stronger. Because so far, I think the only way to describe how that first bit of the stream went, quite frankly, is in dire. That was terrible. So let's hopefully kick on and do better now, shall we? Let's see. Right. YouTube stream chat is back up as well. Sun City. Don't mind Sun City, not a bad map. Probably going to push B early on with a Chieftain, Big Chief, and see how we go. I reckon I'll probably be okay going there. We'll see. Give it a whirl, as they say. Crack on. Let's go, shall we? Onwards we roll. Is that what I thought it was? A K-Panzer 70. Of course there is. Always K-Panzer 70s. Have they got one? Doesn't look like it, but they do have a Macarva and a T-72. Yay. I don't know what the symbol is. K-Panzer T-72 M1. I mean, it's German. It's like a captured T-72. Something. Kind of terrifying, though. It's like that the M60 text-to-speech over there will help a little bit if anyone swings the corner. I hope we get down here cleanly, though, and we can get on the cap, but... Or at least if people are going to push, they'll push from the center. And the Leopard. Is the Leopard going to be the first to go and die? No, he isn't. He was going to try and throw himself in front of someone then, but he was not able to do it successfully. An unsuccessful Leopard in his quest to get himself killed at the start of the game, though, sadly. You know what Leopard players are like? They always love dying first. Not sure who that is. That was an M48 A2C. Just a crap pattern, really. The A2C is not that great. Its only real good ammunition is the heat, which is not very good, admittedly. I don't like it very much. I actually thought it wasn't too bad originally, and then the more I've played it, I think the more I've come to dislike it. The regular M48 A2 I just don't like very much. It's the one with the 105mm gun is great, but the other, just not so much. It's just not it for me. So, yeah. Sad thing here is, we're getting into all these positions where people were. Nice. But there's no one actually in any of them. And we're too slow to get there, which I was about to mention. We're too slow and everyone else has already cleaned up. And in that case, we're too slow to get around the corner because the T-55 didn't shoot the XM1, or whatever it was, MBT-70, because he'd already got around the corner. But we were still there, of course, because our Chieftain is big, fat, and slow. So we hadn't got around the corner yet, which is really nice. So it was nice being punished like that, being shot around the corner. Very annoying. I mean, that one's just more frustrating because the Chieftain's slow. At least out the gate, anyway. We don't have the engine upgrades to make it quicker, which doesn't help. But it's slow out the box. Needs some engine upgrades to make it usable for the speed. Same with this thing, really. It's like, its speed on road is decent, but other than that, it's pretty poor. It gets stopped by a lot of things very easily as well. I'm sure it's quite a light vehicle, but you'd think really that it wouldn't get stopped by like a small park bench, but, you know. That's probably more War Thunder's physics engine than anything else. Nice. Well, that's unfortunate. If he repeats, we might kill him, but other than that, the only good thing is he didn't break my gun. Yeah, I don't know why you'd repeat that, really. Unless he thought he'd broken my gun. I'll probably die now because I'm sure someone will come around this corner. Or I'll get bombed or something. That's my prediction anyway. Someone over there instead. And they can shoot me through this metal. I can't shoot through it because I have heat, remember? I can pen his lower plate though. No fuel tank or fire any machine gun me. Well, it's the T-72 that I was talking about, hey? The K-Panzer T-72. Love it. Seems like maybe the break hasn't done me any good. It's going to be one of those days, I think, isn't it? It seems like it. Has all the hallmarks of one of those classic War Thunder doesn't want to be very nice to me days today. So, I think we're just going to have to live with it. Or at least try. Oh, nice. And we've given our position away now. At least if we got the kill, maybe, they wouldn't have been paying too much attention to where we were, but now they're going to know. Can't believe I'm going over to help an STRV 103. What was wrong with me? Actually going to help a Stritzwagen. Now I come over here, of course. Everyone else has already come over here, so it's like I'm not really that necessary now. Let's let them deal with it. The K-Panzer and the other guy will deal with it. I need to just go off somewhere else. This is a boring match, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot going on here at all. Also, I love how the T-72 decapped B and then just drove off. He didn't stay. Unless someone killed him, but in which case I don't know why we wouldn't just decap it back again. Or fully cap it even. Marder was a potential freebie, but we were bouncing off the rocks. I mean, at this point, I think I'd rather try and go for the kill on the Marder and die than do anything else, just because we haven't done anything so far this game. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the risk and try and chase him down. He'll probably either get away or I'll just get crossfired by someone, but I'd rather go for it than anything else. Only chance I have is if he goes a different direction, so I have to practically go down here, otherwise the XM 870 is going to kill him anyway. Damn. Marder's trapped, rock in a hard place. This is going to be about whether the Marder or... I don't think it's even about the Marder. I think it's whether the TAM shoots me. I'm going to try and rush past. No, he's going to kill the Marder already. Fuck, man. I'm just too slow to get anywhere. Welcome back, Shags. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Yay! We got a kill. We're up to 2 kills. 2 whole kills. I think that's the most we've got, equal most we've had today in a match, isn't it? 2 kills? Something like that. Uncapped tankathon. God, I can't think of anything worse. Sounds awful, Shags. Two of my least favorite things in the world. Athons and War Thunder. I meme, of course, about the War Thunder part anyway. 2 kills, yeah, it's safe to say it's not been... We haven't really lit up the scoreboard today, Shags, so far. Not that close to the enemy spawn. You sure, game? That's a bit unfair. Ugh. Shite game. Ugh. Won a 6v3 battle alone. I got 5 kills, so I turned in 4 minutes from 6v3 to 1v2. One of my teammates died as soon as I got to the battle. That's goal, though. Congratulations, my dude. I'm glad you're doing a lot better than I am today. I'm having a shocker. Actually, that even might be a bit generous. Mirage loading up CS2. Hopefully he has some good games. Did you love the term uncapped as well? Oh, it's my favorite, dude. Did I ever tell you about the craziest one of those I've ever seen? There was someone who was like a relatively small streamer. No, I say they were relatively. They were a pretty small streamer, all in all. I think they had like 250 followers or something when they started this. And they started a donathon, subathon, followathon thing where everything gave them time. Except what they did was they cranked it up so that every single thing that anyone did gave like 10 hours. It was uncapped, and by the end of it, I eventually decided that like that the person themselves wasn't really for me, so I just ended up leaving and unfollowed. But by the end of it, the person had 20,000 hours on the timer, and it was still uncapped, so they were still accruing time. So I don't know what it's at now, if they're still doing it, but yeah, it was at 20k hours, which is fucking wild. But also, like, yeah, that's kind of like one of those things that puts me off of those type of events in general, is if you're at 20,000 hours, is that not enough time now? It's still uncapped, you know? It's a bit like, come on now, 20k hours, that's going to take you probably a year's worth of streaming. And you're still like, no, more please. And I believe they went from something like 250 followers up to near 2,000 by the time I'd seen, the last time I'd seen them. So, crazy, man. Honestly, that's kind of like hunger strike that cannot be justified. I mean, I guess. Like, I don't know, just the idea of those types of streams, I just don't like. We all know how I feel about the concept of them. I just don't like them. There's certain practices that are involved, not with the thing itself, but with what people do with them to make them worse. I think the original concept of like the athons isn't a bad one. It's an interesting idea. But what's happened with like most things really is it's kind of warped into something that's gone way beyond what it originally was, and to the point where now it's just kind of a bit shit. The actual concept of it has gone so far away, it's just like a bit rancid now, if you ask me. And the original idea of just like, you know, the stream keeps going until it ends, people just don't want to let it end. So they'll just do whatever they can to keep it going. And it's just gotten a bit much now, I think. To be honest, I'm not like streamer support side of it aside, because you know it's good that streamers get the fair share of support. I'm absolutely not complaining about that side of things. I think it's good that streamers are getting supported. But if the concept of subathons magically disappeared, or those types of athon events, not just specifically subathons, disappeared off the face of the earth tomorrow, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I think it would be a good thing, to be honest. I don't know. As I've always said, I will never run one. People have mentioned it to me before about whether I'd ever do one. I just won't ever do one. Even if it... I think the only one... I jokingly said once that I'll do the fucking anti-subathon where we lose time every time someone does something. But even that was kind of a meme rather than me actually doing it. There's still another player there. I'm dead now as well because I can't drive down the slope. Because my track's broken. So I now basically have to pray that that chieftain doesn't kill me. Because I can't move. Because my engine's broken. 4 kills and counting. Yeah, although it's... Yeah, I knew that was coming. Saw a podcast that used the term begathon. I thought it was honest. As I say, I think some of them aren't like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not painting everyone with the same brush here. Not everyone is the same. I think some of them have turned into that, though. Personally, what I think has happened is streaming in general has become a lot more professionalized over the last few years, right? When the pandemic and that happened, it was everyone just playing games for fun. And then it kind of went into this era where it feels like now everybody's just, or a lot of people compared to before, get into it rather for making money rather than streaming because they want to stream or enjoy playing games or whatever. So it's become a lot more kind of like professionalized as a concept, right? And it's become a lot more about like professionalism and stuff rather than just kind of memeing and playing games, which is fine. That's just kind of how a lot of things go. Nothing wrong with that. And again, nothing wrong with people having alternative means of making money. And in my case, it would be hypocritical of me to complain about that, considering it's something that I make money from. However, oh fuck. I actually have to just break his barrel. I can't do anything. With that comes some of the other things of you get people who are... It's kind of like the TCG, right? It almost mirrors the Pokemon TCG in a way that you get then a situation where instead of people who want to stream because they want to stream, you get people who do it because they just want to make a bit of money, and it's just a way of doing that, right? And I mean that in the sense of, like, with the TCG stuff, you have people who aren't interested in Pokemon who just randomly go, oh yeah, Prismatic Evolutions, I bought 15 cases of it. Because I heard I could resell them for triple the price. And that's what it became in that, because people started getting into it for money rather than because of that. And it's, I think the same thing kind of to some degree has happened with, like, streaming a bit, where some people who have no interest really in streaming at all have started doing it more so because they realize, and you know, it's difficult to say specifically whether all people are this, but it's because they realize that, let's be honest, there's a bit of a simping culture when it comes to Twitch, and a lot of people have realized that it's not very hard to exploit that, and if people do it in the right way, they can very easily milk people of all of their money very quickly, because those people are kind of, for want of a better word, addicted to giving money to people, into the case where some people very detrimentally do it to themselves to the point where they give money away that they really shouldn't be spending, in the sense that they're damaging their own livelihoods and quality of life in order to give money to streamers online or pay for, you know, OnlyFans and shit like that. So it's yeah, I think it's become like slightly toxic in the way that some people have realized that that type of thing is quite easy to do, and some people have started to exploit it quite heavily because they realize that some people are willing to just mindlessly throw money at people. And it's quite sad, really. Anyone who makes that type of content in general, I don't have a problem with. At the end of the day, make your money, but I just feel like what's happened is, in general, is people's kind of like business practices, for want of a better word, has kind of gone out the window in favor of making a quick buck. And that's how I feel about the athons. I feel like they've kind of become the same thing, where originally an interesting concept of running a stream has now become how much money can I make in as little time and effort as possible. And, like, you know, I'm not gonna... People's goals that they have, they can determine what they want on them. But I will say this, personally, I think a lot of the goals are incredibly low effort, and they're quite frankly worthless for the amount of money required to get to them. Like, you'll have people that'll be like $2,000, and it'll be like, haha, let's do a TikTok watch-along stream. And it's like, people have to pay $2,000 to watch you watch shitty TikToks. Okay, dude. I fucking wish I could have, like, the balls to ask for that. To be like, yeah, guys, pay me $2,000 and I'll watch shit TikToks that you send me that are probably not even funny anyway. It's just, I don't know. It's just wild, man. Oh, I just spawned, didn't he? I think that leopard. Well, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it's like, if people are willing to fund those goals, then I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong, but More like my own feelings on it. Like I just don't like the concept of them, and I just find that those types of things have just become a really low effort way for people to just exploit their viewer bases in some cases. Not everybody, but in some cases. And I think it's kind of like one of those things where the whole concept has just become very tainted as far as I'm concerned, and I have no interest in any of them. To the point where, and I've said this publicly on stream many a time, unless it's a very special exception, if I see someone doing a subathon, I will quite frankly flat out refuse to raid, even if it's someone who I'm good friends with. I've only ever made one exception to that rule, which was late last year, where I raided Jay because I think it was a birthday. That was it. The only exception to the rule I've ever made on that is raiding one person doing a subathon. Other than that, I just fucking despise them, quite frankly. So there you go. That's my hot take for the day that will get me cancelled on Twitter. Stream platforms don't pay enough to make a living, so people will tend to find ways to earn more. Yeah, exactly. If you want to look at it, and you want to look at, like, well, I'll put it this way, right? If you want to look specifically at me, I'll use my example. If you want to look at how much I make from Twitch versus how much I make from people doing stuff through Twitch, i.e. subs, bits, Twitch gives me, like, maybe 10% of what I get, which is basically purely ad revenue. Everything else comes from you guys, right? Subs, bits, donos if I get any, or anything like that. I mean, that's all from you, it's not from Twitch. So if you want to look at how much Twitch gives to people in comparison to everything else, Twitch gives basically nothing. Everyone else is the one who pays, right? Now, I would love to be in a situation where, in a perfect world, where Twitch is the one who bulks out the majority of that, and it's not people having to subscribe to do it, because ad revenue was way better than it was. But the reality is, while ad revenue isn't a complete waste of time, it's not really sustainable as a way of actually making anything. Particularly this month, where it's been, quite frankly, disastrously poor, and I think that's a Twitch issue because they've talked about the fact that ad revenue has been really low for some reason this month. But I've noticed the effects of that as well, where I've made maybe across the entire month, I've made maybe a third of what I got in December on ad rev. Maybe. It's the lowest ad rev amount I might have gotten since I've been recording how much I get per month from my books. Crazy. Jay deserves it. Yeah, she does. She does. Have a good one, Onyx. Take it easy, man. Thank you for hanging out. Parasocial's the worst when it happens. Yeah, that as well, right? Like, again, I don't know if some people subconsciously do this and don't realize, but that's another one of those things where I think some people have realized that they can really bite in on the concept of playing up the parasocialism in order to get people to be invested, right? And then they'll sit there, like, some people will deliberately play the parasocial card and will do that to people, and then at the same time you'll see them flip around, go on Twitter and be like, ugh, all these disgusting parasocial people, you need help. And it's like, but you're kind of like baiting them though. You know, it's a difficult line to walk with it, because in some cases, like, yeah, maybe people don't intentionally realize it, but I think some people kind of very much deliberately and fully knowingly buy into the parasocial side of things, knowing that it will probably give them some long-term gain. Right? Not everyone, but some people do, because it's the same thing with all those types of things. There's always some bad apples out there in everything, right? And you're always going to get people that will realize that they can just exploit whatever it is that they've got to try and get ahead or do whatever it is they want to do. Which is why it's always nice when you see someone... This is one of those things, right? I'm not a huge fan of big streamers. We've talked about this many times. I'm not a big fan of, like, massive people. I'm sure most people will be familiar with the guy Queso. Right? Massive streamer at the minute. Very popular. Interesting dude, Queso. I started watching... Oreo started showing me a bunch of his, like, VOD clips that he has on YouTube, because it is just interesting for various different, like, indie games he played. And I will say, for the big streamer, you don't know what people are like off stream, but as someone who has ridiculous levels of success and is in a crazy lucky position with where he is as a streamer. Guy seems about as humble as someone with 100 followers. It's fucking wild, and it's like, it's such a nice, refreshing thing to see. Someone who's that big and has had that much success that doesn't seem like they've just been turned by a little bit of success. Because it does feel a bit like that happens in a lot of cases, right? Is someone gets a small bit of success and then they suddenly like they're a different person, you know? So it's so refreshing to actually see someone like that who's like Queso, who's actually seems like a pretty I mean, you don't know what he's actually like, of course, but he seems like a pretty humble, nice guy considering what he's achieved and where he is. I mean, like, he flashes his shit up all the time. The guy has like 80,000 concurrent subs, and it's like, holy fuck. And he still takes the time to thank everyone for the gift subs and stuff all the time. I mean, shit, there's people I've seen with like, I don't know, a couple of thousand followers who won't even say thanks for someone following the channel, which is free, let alone giving money. And it only takes about half a second. And those people are significantly smaller than him, who takes the time to still say thanks for things, so... Welcome in, Amorous, is that Amorous L1? Oh, it's one of these ones where it's I or L, and I'm not sure which one. Amorous, that's what I'm going to call you. Welcome in. Are we talking about Queso or Germa? Oh, Germa, I guess, is another one, actually, isn't he, as well? He's kind of the same. But I was specifically talking about Queso, yeah. Yeah, Quesadilla, yeah. Welcome in, Bowl, as well. How am I supposed to be part of a bigger hype train ever if I don't throw money at the millionaire? Yeah... I'm not gonna get started on that either. I mean, all that type of stuff, it's like, I don't know, I just find it crazy. It's like we were talking about the other day, where people the way that things are designed is it's designed to get people to be involved in that. Like hype trains inherently, right? Hype trains are the same things as the a-thons. That's the kind of the point of them, is Twitch runs a hype train and gets them going because Twitch wants people to spend money. That's why a hype train exists. Because Twitch wants to, like, FOMO people into going, oh my god, we need to get to level 5. And then people go, oh, I better give another 20 bucks to get to level 5. That's the whole point of a hype train, right? Let's not beat around the bush. The point of the hype train, from Twitch's perspective, is to make people spend money. So it's kind of just like another level of that type of thing, isn't it? Although more subtle. Thought it was Queso. Not that type of Queso, Shucks. It's because someone already took my name. Well, welcome into stream. I appreciate you taking the time to pop in. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Isn't it sad that you found success because your viewers turned you into a meme and made content for you? What, Queso? I don't think so. In the sense that, yeah, he got really big to some degree from some of that, but I think a lot of his early success came from his own smart maneuvering in the TikTok space more than anything else. If you look at Queso early on, a lot of his early stuff, like his first ever stream that he did was 80 viewers. Because he used to stream on TikTok playing, NBA 2K or whatever. And he started off playing smart by capitalizing on a small amount of success he got at the time, and then, you know, tenfolded it, and then went from there. So, if anything, I would say it was his smart maneuvering that got him into a position to be able to effectively automate the process of getting bigger anyway, you know? So I would say I think he played it smart in the first place, and after that it kind of went off from there and took off, you know? That's just my 2 cents, but that's how I see it. But he definitely did profit to some degree from the fact that people kind of turned him into a meme, and then obviously that gets people intrigued. And then you get a bunch of people who want to just come into his stream to call him fat or whatever, and then find out he's actually a pretty cool dude. So. Welcome in, Mirage. Playing arcade, are we? Yeah, I am, yeah. I know I've disappointed you greatly by playing arcade. I'm so sorry. How most people become successful? I feel like in the most recent, smaller amount of time, people have become more famous because of blowing up with a YouTube short or a TikTok, more so, yeah, than like the hard grind of a few years back. In my opinion. Like, TikTok and things like that allowed people to very quickly just catch light and just go crazy. Rather than, like, a few years back where those types of things didn't exist, so people still had to put in kind of more of the longer-term strategies if they wanted to become bigger. I think. Can't knock the hustle? Yeah, exactly. That's how most people become successful, yeah. If people go about it in the right way and they don't do anything that's necessarily damaging to other people, then I don't see a problem with it. It's when people do stuff that's deliberately predatory or whatever, then that becomes a problem, in my opinion. Your participation in clips doesn't sound problematic as long as the public isn't the one working. Well, I suppose at the end of the day, though, like, when you become bigger streamers, right? You have a lot of people clipping things. That's just kind of the way it is. And a lot of those clips are funny moments and people would enjoy watching them. And funny moment gets uploaded on YouTube and then more people find funny moment and it goes from there, right? Versus you compare that with... I was going to say there's no way that MBT 70 hit me. But you compare that with someone of like my size, right? And in comparison, the volume of clips is going to be significantly different because a lot of maybe my clips, if you look at them, might be me who's made them rather than thousands of random members of chat making them. So yeah, I don't know. We do get clips from people, don't get me wrong, but you know, a lot of the clips on the channel are from me. Just because I'll see something and go, that might make a good clip, and I'll clip it. Especially from the early days. These days I don't clip so much stuff anymore, and I probably should. But it's kind of hard to determine what you think will be a good clip for me. So I don't know. That's more me than anything else, I think. That's how I found out about Queso Jinxie Sketch Pirate Software. Well, speaking about, you know, wholesome streamers who seem to be relatively normal. Not so much pirate software anymore, eh? After the World of Warcraft thing. I think that guy's ego seems to be his biggest downfall. I always thought he was vaguely interesting from the clips that I used to see of him, but I guess he just seems to have a bit of an ego problem. At least from the way that those clips and things portray him, of him hardcore denying doing any wrong and then blaming everything on everyone else in these WoW clips that he had. But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch him, so I can't really speak on it that much. I just see clips of him. But from what I've seen, the clips, it don't paint him in a great light as some of the stuff he's done. Hi, Eternal. How's it going, man? Welcome in. It's going okay. Games, yeah. Games are a bit shite, I'm not going to lie. I haven't really had that many great games today. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're kind of trying to make something work here, but it's a tough day at the office today on War Thunder, I think. It's felt like that since game one. We just haven't really had much of a rub of the green or anything, and it's just becoming a bit difficult. Really not going to push up, pattern. I know they got some mediums on point, but come on. We're going to clear them. We can't camp here the whole game. I get a feeling that whatever that dead like turret is, or hull is, it's going to come back to bite me because it's going to block something in a bit. D69-2's running away as well. He's probably going to shoot me, so I've got to be scared. I've got to be a little scared of that. Alright, he can't shoot me, so I can kind of play a little more aggressively around the T62. Or I can just outright kill him if I get the chance. He's still there. There he goes. I aimed that up slightly because I could see the silhouette of his gun barrel peeking through the smoke. How you doing though, Eternal? I hope you're doing well, man. Nice to see you. Don't speak about him or he'll get you Blizzard hard banned. Oh, really? He worked there for 7 years, by the way, did he? Wow. Long time. Long time working at a company, right? Doesn't he love to tell everyone about how long he worked at Blizzard? Like, oh, he was looking that way, the T62? Yeah. I thought he was driving across the B searching for other people. He wasn't going to go after me. Doing good, actually. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Killed his driver. How was he going to move? Oh. What's that? I got sniped from a helicopter from 2.5k. Nice. That's a fun way to end the game. Right off of spawn. I didn't see that I killed his driver, so I don't know. He moved before I shot him. Killed his driver though, no? I shot him the first time in the turret, which broke the gun. And then he was already not moving in the smoke. Then I shot him again, which I think got the driver, didn't it? Or right as the smoke was going up. So he could have just backed round into cover before... he could have just... Instead of smoking, if I was him, I think I would have just pulled behind the house and then done it. But I don't know. I feel like he could have probably fallen back further before smoking that off, and he would have probably survived at least a bit longer. But, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda, I guess. Just a chill day. Either way, I'll take the kill on it. I don't mind. Alright. Next game. Let's see if we can have another piss poor display in this one. Yeah, I don't know what it is about today, but I think it's just one of those days where I'm just like... just not in the game. Some of it may be as well that we're just kind of talking and ranting about stuff, right? Where that's kind of like a... It can be difficult in some cases to be actively talking about something and focusing on the conversation while also trying to play the game. So, that also might be part of it. I tend to find that on days when I'm talking a lot, I'm either hyper-focused on the game or everything goes to shit, so maybe it's just one of those everything goes to shit days. I'm glad you're having a chill day though, Eternal. You got any plans for the day? Anything fun that you're up to? T72, mate. Not sure you're going to get much luck shooting down there, but you do you. It would be much preferable if he actually pushed up, I think, rather than sitting where he was, but there you go. I don't actually know what a BCC 8030 is. I don't think I've fought one of those before. Guessing it's a spa, but... I'm also guessing he's not going to repeat me. There's someone around the corner of the buildings because we're not capping, so... It's being contested by the light, whatever it is. Can't get the XM800 either because the block on the K-Pans or whatever. What's more fun though? What, talking or playing well, you mean? I guess it depends on the day. Depends on the day. I do like doing well, so sometimes if I play like crap, I'm not very happy. That's more a personal thing. It didn't kill him. If I aim that slightly lower and it goes in the lower plate, I can't see a kill on this. No. Either that's got more armor than I think it does, or I'm just getting a little unlucky there. I don't know. Well, I had the heat load, or hash loaded, so... He's gonna kill me now, isn't he? No, okay, we're good. That thing's a light tank, the VCC. Interesting. An OnlyFans 40. They got eaten by a truck or something, didn't it? Yeah, the flatbed on the truck. That thing's just a leopard, but it's Italian. It's basically the same vehicle. If I swing him, he almost definitely gets my lower plate, and the chance of me hitting his upper plate and killing him is kind of low. At the same time, he's kind of asking for it, though. Tam from the side. Nice. Well, not a lot I can do about that, really, is there? Can't watch both angles at once, and I didn't even know the Tam was there, so... Oh well. I mean, realistically, the Tam pushing up there is just because the pressure here on C is, like, quite far back. They haven't managed to break into the cap yet. If they'd push into the cap, then he probably wouldn't have been able to rush down the street, but... It's, you know, his ways. They're just having a hard time at C. Kind of woke up an hour ago because of night shift, but my sister brought me ice cream, so I'm just chilling. Ayo. How's your sister getting on these days, Eterno? I know she went off to college and that, didn't she? How's that been going? Hope it's been going good. Is she still kept up all the cooking stuff as well at home? 'Cause I know she always used to make loads of stuff. You always used to talk about all the food she was making. What's been the situation with that? How's that been going? Tell her we said hi, yeah. Yeah, she came in to talk to us in stream before, didn't she? On your account, she came in to say hi. I remember. Yeah, what flavor ice cream as well? Say it before and I say it again. Word of mouth as a way of getting people to come into stream always seems to be a good way of doing it. Didn't she make an account and come in too? Nice. I think you might be right. Yeah, I think she did. One of Eternal's friends made an account at one point, or at least had an account and came in as well. I'm really not having a good time with this today, am I? Oh, he's looking this way. You must have known I was there, I guess, the RCV. What I'd be quite interested to know... Oh, no, I know why. I bet. I was going to say, I'd be interested to know what I got spotted by. I almost guarantee you it was him, because these things fucking aerials stick up so high. I bet he saw the aerials over the boxes. And I bet it spotted me. Oh, if that's the reason I got spotted, that's a little bit silly, though. Because this thing's just got these ridiculously high-mounted aerials that are just going to get me spotted everywhere. To be honest, I haven't even noticed them until now, but there you go. Two giant aerials on the top of the bloody turret that's just going to get me seen over all the walls. The chance of sneaking in this Vickers Mark 11 is pretty slim by the looks of it. The old truck. I mean, it's fast. That's kind of its only redeeming quality at the moment. Oreo and cream, ice cream. Okay, not bad, not bad. She's good. She's on break from college, but she doesn't really like it because of the people. But she made me cookies. We love cookies. All the cookies. Give us all the cookies. We love them cookies. You said what's up, Ayo? Yeah, we never forgot. We don't forget people around here. What would be best here in the Chief? Probably adjustment of fire, I think, on the Chieftain. It's really slow. Progress is so bad. Yeah, send us the cookies. Ship them international shipping. I'm sure they won't be stale when they get here, sadly. She's got a job at this fancy-ass restaurant, though, that she really likes, so that's good. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad, man. I'm very glad to hear it. I'm glad she's found a place that she likes, you know? Can't really ask any more, can you? as a person, I guess, finding a place like that and enjoying yourself. That's good to hear. I'm glad she's doing well. Everything seems to be going alright for you two then. Your sister's got a fancy job at a restaurant. You've got a date on Friday. Again, a second date on Friday. Which, I mean, realistically though, Eternal, you know it's going to go well on Friday, right? It's probably going to go well because the first one went well, so there's no reason why the second one wouldn't, really. You know? It's not like you don't know each other. You've hit it off well now, so I think you guys will be fine. We are rooting for you. Here at Notorious TSG Industries, we are rooting for you. The whole stream is rooting for you, my dude. Well, except I'm sure one person isn't. Some person's hoping that it falls, it goes up in a ball of flames. But that doesn't matter now, does it? That person's opinion is irrelevant. Kind of surprised I didn't kill that T-62, actually. I thought that would have been a freebie, but... I've just got to keep an eye on where he's looking. If he's looking at the K-Panzer, I'm okay, but if he flicks me, I die, so... I think he just fired. I wait for him to peek. If he doesn't peek, we don't get a kill. As simple as that. I don't think he's going to peek. I think he's going to back out because the Leopard died. Or the OF-40 or whatever it was. Hello. Who's this chap? Desperate times call for desperate measures. I need kills on SPAOs. That didn't give me one though, sadly. Oh, why the 279 doesn't just push this 277 or 775? He is more than capable of killing him pretty easily. He's just being a bit of a bitch, I think. Doesn't want to push. Got to be careful because the T-62 as well in the position he's in. Christ. Yeah, here's that dead Leopard. I can now shoot around here, but I'm still a little bit... I don't like this position, really. I'm a bit exposed here, I feel. So, macaroons. Ooh. That sounds good. Non-pen. Wow. On a Centurion, basically. Oh, reload, please. My load is dead. Yeah, the dead loader is like the most annoying thing to get because your reload just tanks. Yeah, it was the Chieftain who just hit me. I think. I don't actually know. I'm assuming it was. Unspotted. Yeah, he could see me. Oh, he shot me. I think he shot me through the gap in the buildings. Maybe? I don't know. Thanks, mate. Hope it goes well too. Yeah, I'm sure it will, my dudes. We have a good feeling about these things. When it comes to other people's things, I'm able to be optimistic about them. When it comes to my own things, never. And that's my superpower, you know? Everyone has their, like, power that they're good at. Right? Mine is that I'm able to successfully predict other people's outcomes. Except my own. I just assume the worst of my own. I'm glad for you, my dude. Glad that you're, you know, getting on with life. And, moving up in the world, you know? Okay. Shot was through there. good to hear. It's always nice to hear about you guys having fun stuff like that happening, you know? Meeting people and kind of starting lives and stuff. It's nice to hear. Makes me very proud. Feel like a proud parent sometimes. Half expecting to get killed from somewhere. Like that Vulcan. It just appears out of nowhere. I'm going to use the Vickers again because I'm trying to get XP on it. Not my day, is it? It's just not my day on this game. Just nothing really is going for me. None of my shells are getting those lucky ammo blow-ups. It's just, I don't know. I'm not getting the gun breaks or the fuel tank ignitions or anything so that I can stop people from fighting back at me. It's just like, people are just appearing and getting a shot off on me and I'm just, you know, getting one-shotted. I need a bit of that luck just to get me... It's like I said earlier, I need that foothold to get going and then we'll be fine. But I'm just not getting it at the minute. I'm not getting that little bit of luck go my way so that I can start properly playing. That's that same T-54, I think, the Hokoi guy down there. And I backed myself into a horrible position here. This is not play. Okay. I mean... Can we actually see? We actually can see out over the window. Amazingly enough. I mean, this might actually be a usable spot in the event that one of these people actually peeks. I just am not... Alright, never mind. We're just going to die to an XM83 over there. Rear-mounted turret, so I can't point my gun around the corner. Although he is dead, someone killed the XM83, which is nice. Bit disappointing though. I think I need to move out of here. There's just nowhere going for me. You know, it's like I was saying, I'm glad to see you guys like getting on with your lives and doing things, you know? Nice to see. It's nice to hear about you guys being successful and getting new jobs and, you know, having successful dates and stuff. I live vicariously for all of you. Just so everybody knows as well, the BRB will be starting again in just a few minutes. So, just a heads up, the Brib will go off again in about 2 minutes' time. Okay. This game will probably be over by then, or at least I'll be dead by then, because, well, that's the way this game's going, isn't it? Nice. I'm gonna die to that T10. Fuck, man! Sake. It's not even that that's annoying. It's the fact that the STRV was right about to rush around that corner and then they fucking peeked and then saw me there. It's like, ugh. I don't even think that was meant for me, those two coming after me. I'm pretty sure they were both going after the STRV, who pulls the aggro and then fucking runs around the corner. Ugh, so annoying. I don't even kill the SPAA either. With heat. Christ, man. We didn't even do 10,000 in an hour, I don't think, on this. Yeah, we fell short. Have a good one, Oreo. I hope you have a better day at work than I'm having luck in War Thunder right now. Because if you somehow don't, then that'll be a miracle at this point. An unlucky miracle. You somehow managed to get worse luck than me today in this game. Fucking hell. This is brutal. We've had some like dodgy days every now and then, but this one really, this is leaving a mark today. This is stinging, this one. Wow. I had that one game where I dropped 5 kills, and even when I had 5 kills, I still got, what was I? 8th on the team, which is kind of wild. Not my day, is it? Not my day. We can try our best, but I just don't think the game doesn't want me to succeed today, I don't think. I've been putting too much progress in on these mark of distinctions, and they're like, nah, we're going to make you really earn this event vehicle. You thought it's been not that bad until now. You're really going to hurt if you want to get this probably crap event vehicle. We're going to make you suffer so you can get it. I still need to complete another one of these afterwards, so I need to get the 45,000 points and then complete another one after January 31st. So basically on the weekend. So yeah, there you go. It is what it is. I'm going to get up now, though. I know the BRB hasn't quite started yet. It's going to be starting in a second. I'm going to get up now and go stretch my legs and go take a breather for a second so that I can hopefully try and get in some semblance of not being a moron and dying like an idiot when I get back. So I'm going to be back in a minute, okay? BRB, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Let's continue the struggle fest, shall we? May the struggle fest long continue. Well, not long continue. We don't want it to continue. Well, let's get in here and get some more good games going, hopefully. Orcs with the Ultra Ball going after the Larvitar. Unfortunate. Game's been a struggle today. Oh, yeah, they have. I think I've had... So the frustrating thing about today is I've had one good game, I would describe, in 2 hours. Which the good game was 5 kills, which was pretty decent. The problem is even in that one game where I got 5 kills and it was pretty good, I came 8th on the leaderboard, which is still like halfway in the team. So the game where I had a good game also turned out to be the game where everyone else had a good game. So I mean, it happens. It's one of those things where, you know, it's an understanding with multiplayer games that sometimes you just have an off day. We've seen it many times in this game before with me on stream, where some days you'll have it where, like, 2 days apart, one day I'll come in and I'll just absolutely batter everyone and I'm just winning every fight I take, and the next day I can't win a fight to save my life. So I think today is just one of those days where the game, you know, I'm being punished quite a lot for things that maybe I'd have gotten away with a bit fairly recently. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. I'm sure there's some inherent part of it, which is the game's just kind of bullshitting me a little bit, because that always just kind of happens in games like this. There's always some element of the game not quite working properly for you on the day. But also at the same time, you know, I'm sure that from my own perspective, if I look at it, I'm getting caught out of position and making some silly mistakes here and there in terms of positioning and or game sense stuff. So I know that it's just like, there's also some of it that's kind of me just playing bad, and some of that inherently is kind of just like a, you know, game sense thing. But a lot of it probably is the game sense thing in itself is not going super well, so I'm struggling on that front. And then I'm struggling even more because I'm trying to kind of recover it almost. And that makes it worse, right? You know how it is. You're kind of not really playing super great, so you almost try and overcompensate. And in doing so, you end up making it worse. And I think some of that is kind of going on here as well, where I'm probably overcompensating a little bit, trying to do better. And it's just not really going for me. That light on my right, I need to keep a big eye on right now. The second I fire at this guy, I back up. There's also, I'm the only one here now. Everyone else is dead. Oh, this is bad now. This went from actually a pretty decent position to now being quite scary. Because I got a heavy on this side of the building, I think. He's either in there or he's on this side of the building. And I got a leopard shooting me in the side because there's no cover from B. He's coming up behind me. Leopard kills me now, probably. Do you know, actually, I don't think leopard does kill me. He's going to swing me. I have to take the fight with the heavy now. It doesn't matter what it is. I have to take the fight and kill this guy. It's a 279. I'm dead then. Doesn't matter. I'm just dead here. There's practically nothing I can do with a broken barrel with 279 right there. Best I can do is try and get a plane and maybe rocket it. And I'm dead anyway. T-55. Everybody died at B and I'm the only one left there. You know, I did what I could there, really. I got a couple of kills, but like... There's only so much you can really do, isn't there? In like a 1v6 or whatever it was up there. I had the leopard, the 435 who I killed. There was a light in front of me. There was the 279. I mean, like... You know, there's kind of a part of it where you have to say, look, there's only so much I can do there, really. 279, though, has a broken gun. There's a chance for me to kill him here, actually. And there it is. 279 goes down. The Vickers Mark 11, the Giant Slayer. That's actually pretty big. We've taken one of the big dogs out. That's huge. And we're up to 3 whole kills. Wow. And I'm going to get punished by them. Yeah, he's killed my driver. I died to the Magax 6 now. How far am I out of spawn? What's that? I've come from there in the spawn. I've driven round one corner. There you go. And I died to a Magac who's sitting in there spawn camping for a door. Ay. Such is life with games like this. Oh, 100%, man. Yeah, I've had it on Delta Force as well, where some days I am just in like a rut. And there's just not a lot you can do about it. You are just kind of at the mercy of the game. Magac's dead now. Oh, he isn't. I thought I saw his burning corpse. He kills me again. Oh, this gnome guy I've seen a ton of times recently as well. Benzalar play insta-kills me. I go for his turret and don't do anything. Yeah. Promising start to the game, but I mean... I don't know. That one there, right? If you want to look at like what happened, what went south in that game, we lost A because everybody died except me there. Then we lost B in the middle, so now we have like massive area in the kind of like top of the map, which would be up this end, which is now completely just open and people are flooding through enemies. And then there's me sat there. And then you've got one guy, you've got people here on like A cap, which would be over here, who are shooting this way into the spawn. You've got people on B cap down here who are shooting this way into the spawn. And then you've got people like that Magak who's between the two shooting this way into the spawn. So you've got like a three-way spawn trap going, and it's like... basically the best I could hope for on any one of those spawns is to drive forwards, kill the Magak, and maybe somehow salvage a bit of a game. But most likely what was going to happen there was exactly what happened, which is Mr. Magak just sat there for the last 2-3 minutes and just spawn trapped everybody who drove out around that corner. No, I knew he was there, so I'm sure someone will go, why didn't you spawn somewhere else? And it's like, if I spawn on the other side, it's not really any better because they also had C, right? Both of the spawns are really open. At least the one that I had there had one building to get me out immediately. So, I don't know, I feel like that one... After the first spawn, where we lost A, because of course A's there, B would normally be here, and then C's down here, right? And then one spawns here, and the other spawns normally like around here. Magak, who was sat like back here or whatever it was, shooting through there. Once he gets into that spot, there's not really a lot you can do about it. And it's a well-known thing that War Thunder has, where the devs who do map design don't really understand putting spawns in long lines of sight where they can very easily be spawn camped. It's a big problem in War Thunder, is spawn camping and spawn trapping. And there's not really a lot that the devs or anyone will do about it, which I think some of it could be quite simple, like adding or just removing certain sight lines and putting pieces of cover in the way so that you can't just sit miles back like the Magak was doing and block that off. Just put like a few rocks there or something. But yeah, they won't do that, so it's just always going to be a problem. And in that case, we just got caught on the other end of a spawn trap from the Magak, so... We had a good start to the game, it just fizzled out really quick. The TC92 is a friendly. Welcome in, Duke, how's it going? Not much when you can do right when you get sniped out of spawn. No, exactly. And the thing is, it's kind of demoralizing as well, more than anything. Because you start off and you're like, right, I've got a couple of kills here, this isn't going badly. I killed the 279. You're like, alright, nice. And then I immediately get hit by the Magak. It's like, okay. Do I die? Alright, Chieftain time. Same again. You know, it's like... It's kind of demoralizing because you start off and you go like, yeah, okay, things are going well here. We're going places. And then you go right away from we're going places to I'm just immediately dead. Note to self, crashing headfirst into lorries hurts. Oh, you're in an A&E department, are you? What are you doing on Twitch if you're in an A&E department? I've seen this go down many a time. Last time someone told me they were in a hospital when they were in stream. It turned out they'd forgotten their age. See, this is that spot the Magak was in here. You can see why this is so oppressive, right? As well. That guy just drove out around the corner from back there, and I just immediately sniped him. You can snipe here in between the buildings. You can snipe there on the corner of that building. It's just really oppressive. It's really hard to fight this spot off. If you're on something like this Chieftain, which in this spot is not the best because gun depression, it's more of this spot up here is really where the problem is. But like being sat here, this is quite hard to dig me out. Especially, I mean, he got a lucky shot there actually, I think, where he hit the fire on me. But if I can roll forwards, which I might be able to in a minute. Actually, I don't think I can. He might actually kill me here because he got a fire shot. It's all going to depend about what happens with this XM83. But I don't know how he got the engine, though. I wonder what he hit. Oh. Awaiting back surgery. Oh, okay. What type of procedure is it that you need to have done, if you don't mind me asking? What is it that's actually being done? Like a correction of an injury or something? Okay. Thankfully, my loader is still alive, so my gun reload is still quick. How is this allowed? That's a good question, dude. It shouldn't be. Even now, right? I'm not even penning this guy, but he can't move. He's stuck in place. Now, there you go. Pop out, kill type 59. T-34 can't do shit to me. What's he gonna do? Nothing. He can't do anything. XM803 takes another hit. Somehow I'm not penning some of these on flat ground, which is kind of amazing, but... still. There he goes. Like, what are you supposed to do against that? I peek up for half a second, go, bang, and then I run back in cover. Like, you can't fight it. Like, this is almost perfectly exposing what happened in the last game. This is what the Magak did for the whole of, like, that last game. He sat here and he shot through this angle. And then he sat here and he shot through this angle. That's what the Magak did, right? And then I'm just doing the exact same thing in a Chieftain, because in this case, it actually works particularly well for this... in this case, this isn't a spawn camp in the sense that it was in the last game, because at least with this game, it's the single encounter mode, or single cap mode. So it's like there's not a spawn immediately behind the building. So it's at least like slightly more, slightly less toxic doing it in a game like this, I guess. Because at least I'm not spawn trapping people. I'm just fighting a sightline. Nice, I've been set on fire. I don't know what from, actually.
Nice.
Is it the light over there shooting me, I think? Who set me on fire? I think it is. I think it's... yeah, it's someone... oh, no, actually, it might be someone on the Magak angle. There it is. Tyran 4S. I can't fire because my gun's broken. Nice. See, and I sit there, and we're fine. The second I move out of there, I get punished. So I should have just stayed in the annoying camping spot, because what's the point of moving? I'm not going to get punished if I sit there. It's really boring. We'd probably lose the game if I do it. But if I sit there, I farm more kills. Sad, isn't it, really? Put my pelvis and spine back together. Lane assist threw me into oncoming traffic. Oh, bloody hell, man. 40 mile an hour. Was it they say that, I can't remember what the exact percentage is, but the chances of fatalities in crashes above 30 mile an hour increases pretty dramatically. You're very lucky there, an oncoming collision, to be fair. An oncoming collision at 40 mile an hour. You're a very lucky dude, huh? Still not fun, though, obviously, don't get me wrong, but... damn. Well, I mean, hopefully they'll do a nice bit of surgery and it will help out quite a lot, because Jesus, man, that's pretty bad. When was this? Was this super recent, or was this like something that happened a little while ago and they're only just able to get around to helping you now? Oh shit, we shouldn't have come around that corner. Oh, fucking kill me, dude. Just, every game is the same. I start off well, and then I go into vehicle 2 and just get fucked. Yesterday. Well, I'm glad they were able to get you in today, at least. I know, waiting lists for some things in the health system in this country these days are really bad. So it's good that you're able to get some stuff done as soon as possible, because, I mean, you could be waiting a long time for that, so I'm glad you're able to get it quickly. Sounds pretty horrible, man. But I'm glad you're alright. Well, as alright as you can be, you know what I mean. Glad you're alive. I mean, fuck. That could have been a whole lot worse, so I'm glad you're doing okay, considering. Friendly at Cambridge. I'm guessing you're not... that's not... well... I wasn't... Don't answer this anyway, of course, for obvious reasons, but I'm guessing you're not from Cambridge. But obviously don't say where you're from, because we don't want to dox ourselves. But... we have the needle shells now as well, which might make a difference here. We have 353 millimeters of pen. Compared to the 400 that we have. So it's a downgrade in pen, but effectively it's a better shell. because it can go through surfaces. Obviously, the heat, as I was talking about earlier, can't go through things. So it has to rely on penning clean shots rather than shooting through walls and things. Can't go through a wall, so I have to shoot around things rather than through things. Makes it a little annoying. Factory again. Same cap. Well, unless the spawns... Yeah, it's weird that it shows the spawns in a different spot. But, I mean, you know where I'm going. Like, why go anywhere else, quite frankly? Like, it's kind of one of those things where the Magak being in the spot that he's in is really annoying, but also at the same time, it's like, you can't blame him for using it. Because it's a super OP spot that gets him probably loads of kills. He at least killed me that 2 times on there. I'm sure he killed some other people there as well. You know? Like, as much as I'd love to complain about the spot in itself, the spot itself is a problem. The guy using it is kind of a problem, right? In the same way that me using it in the last game is a problem. But if it's there, people are going to use it, right? And at the same time, if I don't use it, I'm just putting myself at a disadvantage. So, like, you kind of have to. It's like Lion in Siege when Lion came out. Lion sucks. Or he sucked when he first came out because he was really, really, really strong. And it was basically, if you want to beat Lion and you want to win him ranked, you have to play Lion. Like, you didn't have a choice. It was, you play Lion, otherwise you'll lose. And that's what it was. And it's kind of the same here. It's like, do you want to lose? No, you're probably going to end up playing a spot like that then. As much as it hates, like, you hate using them, because they're just kind of broken. Like, do I want to lose the game? No. I'd rather sit there, farm kills, get loads of XP, progress through my vehicles faster. I'm sure I'll go there now, and this T-72 is going to he's going to, you know, immediately punch one straight through me and kill me. Because it's a T-72 in Russia, but, you know. I think he's behind that wall, actually. Yeah, he is. He's right there. XM doesn't get him. He's not going to peek anymore, though, at least. He's run off. People dying on my side isn't good, because it means that there's a free shot of him running all the way through, and that scares me. Because I think that T-72 is going to come running through there. He was very aggressive at the start, so I half expect him to come YOLOing through that spot in a minute. If he does, he'll kill me here, and fair play, he's countered the spot, but it's very annoying if he does get me there. War Thunder feels like it has balancing issues regarding spawns. More than just that, though. I mean, the whole balancing of the entire game is bad. I personally think that War Thunder is essentially, or has essentially just become a victim of immense power creep. Because the thing is, you add, like, more modern vehicles, so then you get more shell types, and then the more shell types mean that you have vehicles at lower tiers but have higher pen, and then you have vehicles that are, you know, have more armor at lower tiers because they need to add more vehicles. So you start getting up to like crazy vehicles that are just insane for the tiers that they play at. And then you add helicopters, and then you add drones, and then you add missiles, and then you add anti-tank grenades, and like it just gets to a point where like the original stuff that you had in game, which were just the basic tanks, are now effectively quite imbalanced compared to the new vehicles, because the old style tanks are just a tank. Versus the new thing is a tank with a missile launcher and machine guns and like something out, you know, a hard-hitting like high-pen shell, and it's like, so it's like a tank but also with 3 other things bolted on, and it's just like the victim of power creep because every other new vehicle that comes out gets something new or a new feature or something, and it just feels like the balance of the game has gone because of it. And you have something like this Chieftain, which is a decent vehicle, but it's never going to match up to something that has 4 different types of weaponry on it, and 4 different shell types it can use, and all kinds of extra crap, is it? You know? And then you have the situation where armor effectively becomes meaningless at a certain point, because now you just have shells that can pen so much. You don't even need armor, because everything can go through everything. Right? So like maybe say the IS-4 might have been great a few years ago, but now its armor just doesn't hold up because the general pen at the tiers has gone up, And so it now plays against vehicles that are just way stronger for its tier. That Khalid is a Indian chieftain, from what I remember. It's basically the same thing as this. It's just the India version of it, because of course Commonwealth. So they were probably given a few for their military stuff, which is kind of cool that they add those into this game under the relevant tech trees. So it's kind of nice that you get to see some of those extra vehicles. It's like the Dutch vehicles and the South African vehicles and stuff. You get to see them under like alternate tech trees. Fat chat knows I'm here. He's probably driving around something. I know he's actually gone behind the buildings. No, he's coming up the road. I don't know if he knows I'm looking at him or what, but if he does, he's in trouble. If he doesn't know I'm here, then he has a problem, because he's going to run into me and die. If he stays there anyway. People on the right shooting. There's also someone behind that building. There's also a number of people on this side, of course. Do you know if 5v1's come out? Batchat is still alive. No, I already read that. Didn't know about War Thunder's balancing issues. I think, to be honest though, folks, I think in general, a lot of multiplayer games these days have balancing problems. Just generally, across the board. Too many games aren't balanced these days. Because I think what seems to have happened to some degree is some of it, not all of it, some of it is the general problem of games these days, which is that money has kind of become the king of everything. And these days, people, instead of making a balanced vehicle, because let's be honest, who's going to buy a balanced vehicle? In the nicest way possible, people aren't going to want to buy a balanced vehicle. People are going to go out of their way to spend that sweet dollar if someone goes, this is the most overpowered thing with the biggest gun ever in War Thunder, and it's got reactive armor, and it's got a missile launcher, and it can fucking fly. You know? No one's going to not buy that, and then the next thing that comes into the store is they go, hey, it's basically just a chieftain. Just a normal chieftain. You know, like, you've got that, and then you've got super OP vehicle that's double the price. People are going to buy super OP vehicle because it's, even if it's double the price, because it's super OP. And, like, some companies, I think, have just kind of, like, rather gone in on the fact of quantity over quality with the things they make, and it's just become about milking money out of a player base rather than creating a game that's fun to play in general. That's kind of the sad reality of games these days, though, is it feels like a lot of games have become more of a cash factory to fund another game rather than them intending on making a fun experience in the first place. Maybe that's just me being a cynic, but that's kind of how it feels, though, isn't it? It feels like some games these days are designed with the purpose of making money, and that's it. And when they don't make enough money, they bin them. And if you want to look at that, look no further than X-Defiant from Ubisoft. I actually think that was a pretty good game and had quite a bit of potential. I think X-Defiant could have been a great game. But X-Defiant, Ubisoft pumped it out quickly. They didn't release any content. People didn't buy into it and spend a lot of money. And then they announced a few months after its release that it's going to be shutting down later this year. And then Ubisoft, in all their wisdom, they go, okay, well, we're shutting it down, so we're going to take the next 3 big content release updates, we're going to put them in as an update before Christmas, and for the last 6 months of the game, you guys can all go crazy with all the content. And it's like, so what you're saying, Ubi, is you've had all this stuff for months that you've had planned and created, you just didn't put it into the game. No wonder it died. Because you effectively had like the next 3 or 4 large-scale updates with new factions and new weapons and new characters, but you just refused to add it. Maybe that would have made you a bit of money if you'd have thrown people a bone and gone, here's a bunch of really cool stuff right off the rip that we're going to give you. Maybe that would have been a good idea. Instead of hoarding all the stuff and then going, well, no one wants to buy any of this shit now anyway, let's give it to them. And it's like, I'm sure people would have happily paid for some of the stuff that they gave out for free in the update. But they just didn't give it out fast enough. They held onto it because they wanted to make money off the base game, decide if it made enough money, and then continue to invest in it. Most games have balancing issues, but usually it's much more minor than spawns like this. Yeah, I agreed. Siege has a big issue in TDM with its spawns as well. That's another big problem. Because Deathmatch, the problem is a lot of the Siege maps aren't big enough to be designed for 10 people or whatever to be running around fighting each other. Because it's normally designed for 5v5, right? So when you have 10 people in free-for-all fighting each other, you will very often find that you will spawn in a room and there'll be someone staring at you already. And so you just die because someone's instantly watching you. And it makes the TDM modes in Siege, or the free-for-all specifically, really unfun. Because it's basically just a bunch of people sitting there waiting. And then what I've also discovered recently is there's a number of people whose idea of playing TDM or free-for-all is literally just to spawn camp. Where some of those known spawn positions that are particularly annoying, people will just sit there prone in a corridor watching, and the second someone spawns, they'll just get their head taken off. You know, and it's just like, I don't understand. I didn't realize this guy was behind me, but why are you sat on my shoulder? You're not peeking anything because they're not coming out. So let's go somewhere else, because this is a waste of my time. Why give them content when you can microtransaction? Yeah, exactly. That's basically Ubisoft's way, isn't it? Look at Siege again. They strip away half of the operators that they used to give in the season pass. They knock it down to 2 new operators a year. And their justification is, well, 2 of the other operators that we're doing are reworks of old ones that we've already paid for and came out 8 years ago. Should it really take that long for Blackbeard to be changed to an operator that makes him, you know, not the way he was? As it turned out, they fumbled the bag with Blackbeard anyway, because Blackbeard they turned into a shield op. And they decided the best thing for Blackbeard would be to give him a shield in a meta at the time when they announced it, when shields were broken and overpowered. Where is this leopard then? We have 4 people on the A cap. 4! We had 4 people on A and I still got shot from a leopard. How? How had no one seen him? Fucking hell, dude. 8 years. Dude, Blackbeard came out in... Well, no, it was 9 years. Blackbeard came out in year 1, season 2. He came out in Operation Dustline, year 1, season 2, in would have been early 2016. Blackbeard hadn't been reworked from his original concept of a rifle shield that blocks headshots until this season, which started in early December, I think, or November, one of the two. So Blackbeard hadn't been, other than nerfs, Blackbeard hadn't been changed for that long. The only changes they made was they just kept nerfing him over and over to the point where he was shit anyway at that point and no one really played him. Because originally his shield that he had, which was completely broken, there's no debate on that, his original shield, which was completely broken, at 800 HP. Right? Which would require... Nice. Remember, guys, they only bomb people that are overpowered. Blackbeard's original shield at 800 HP, which would literally could, in some cases, require you to expend all of the ammunition in every magazine of your SMG on defense to break. You could fire every single bullet out of every gun you have, and you might not even break his shield. That's how much HP it had at the time, and how little a lot of the defensive SMGs did. Blackbeard was basically invincible when he first came out in certain positions. You could outplay him, but if it was in a straight fight and you were just peeking a corridor like Siege is now, Blackbeard was going to win 100% of the time. You just couldn't kill him, right? And his Scar that he used to have, the Scar H, was gnarly as fuck as well. And that gun used to be really high damage and would just destroy people in very small amounts of time. I mean, the Scar would rip through people. It was a couple of body shots and people would die. So you could effectively peek Blackbeard for half a second, otherwise he'd kill you. And Blackbeard can just stand there spraying shots at you all day long, and he'll just kill you anyway. So you had to, like, peek him instantly and somehow miracle shot him before you died, or Blackbeard was going to kill you. That guy's coming around behind me. I have to... No, I can't bank on the fact someone's going to hold the corner. I have to fight whatever the medium is myself. Because I don't... Well, this guy... the Tam's too far in. This guy's going to come around here, and the second I turn to the left, he's going to peek me, and I'm going to die. So I'm not... Never mind, it's the 279 over there. Oh, what? Alright, we actually just penned him on a side shot for his turret. Hi, Bol. I think I said hi to you earlier, didn't I? Because you came in and said something. But I was really far behind on it, so that's my bad if you missed it. How you doing though, dude? Nice to see you. Takes you back. Yeah, old Blackbeard was busted, man. There was a lot of things in Siege history that used to be broken, and it used to take them time to fix. Like Lion, right? Lion is a good example, because I said about him earlier. Lion was broken, and if you weren't playing Lion, you'd basically lose. So you almost had to play Lion. How long do you think it took them to fix Lion and actually nerf him? Took Ubisoft around 6 months to fix an operator that was a must pick, otherwise you will straight up just lose. For anyone who doesn't know what Lion did, to explain, Lion had a drone that flew in the sky, and there would be a countdown on it of about 4 or 5 seconds. Everyone would see it, you would hear it, because the defenders and the attackers would get the sound. There'd be a visible countdown on screen. When that 5 seconds had elapsed, the map effectively, it would be like your screen would kind of like have this annoying buzzing noise, and it would almost shake very slightly. Because the idea that they went for is that Lion's drone apparently detected vibrations and would then therefore detect movement, right? So if you moved while the Lion buzz of death was going off, you would have your red outline shown to everyone on the enemy team and a live ping of where you were until the Lion scan had finished, which was about, I want to say it was maybe like 8 seconds, 10 seconds when it originally came out. I can't remember. So if you moved, if you stood up, proned, crouched, stepped forward, I don't think you could, I think you could get away with leaning, but basically everything else would get you wall hacked through the wall. So Lion and everyone on the enemy team would see your entire live outline of where you were. Needless to say, in a game with one-shot headshots where you can shoot through soft walls, that wasn't a good idea, because all you would hear is beep, 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 and then Lion would start fucking hammering shots through the wall at you. And it would be, if I don't get wall banged and I move, I'm gonna get wall banged. So if I stay where I am, Lion's probably gonna figure out where I am roughly anyway and kill me. If he doesn't know where I am and I move, I'm gonna get wall banged because everybody's gonna see where I am. And guess what? There's 5 people on a team, so it ain't just Lion you've got to worry about. It's his 4 teammates wall banging you as well. And you thought that was a good idea. And they didn't nerf Lion from that original state, I think, for about 6 months in ranked. So he just destroyed ranked for 6 months, where Lion just ruined it basically for everybody. And if you didn't, it was at the level of overpoweredness where if you didn't have Lion, you would probably be throwing the game. He was that strong. He was the best operator in the game by miles at that point. To the point where, like, you'd have pros that would talk about it, and they'd sort of, you know, praise them for winning, like, a major. And they'd say, wow, how did you guys do it? What strat did you use? And there's, like, one interview with one of the big players who'd won at the time was in, like, the most successful team, G2. And he literally just said, yeah, we press, like, the 4 key, Lion goes off, we all run in and kill everybody in the bomb site. And then we just do that every round. We just mindlessly run in like idiots, press like whatever the key is to activate Lion's ability, and then everyone dies. GG easy, game 1, game over, you know? They literally just pressed the Lion, like, you know, gadget button and then killed everybody. That was every game. It was awful, dude. The Lion meta was terrible. Now you're good, I'm distracted. I'm good though, hope you're well, ignoring the games. I'm trying my best to keep up the good vibes, I'll be honest. I mean, as you guys know, I love a rant anyway. And I'm sure it won't be the last time that I rant. during the stream today. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of hard on days like this where I'm playing so poorly to try and keep the vibes up, I think, because I'm just not playing well. And it kind of leeches into the stream and makes it less enjoyable, in my opinion. I'm sure someone's going to say, oh no, it's enjoyable anyway, but even when I'm playing like shit, but still. For me, I don't think it is. I don't find it particularly enjoyable to play on days like this where I'm playing like shit. And I think it bleeds into the stream and makes it a lesser experience. I don't know what that other medium was that I just hit. It's a T62. There's 3 people over there, and they also have whatever that leopard was, so that's kind of terrifying. Oh, this is a shit spot now, isn't it? We have to wait for people. We have to wait for this pattern and the 30B to push up and push them out of their position, because they can't do anything here. Lion's why I stopped playing, I think. Wouldn't blame you, Bowl. It's why a lot of people stopped playing, to be honest. Lion ruined the game for a lot of people. Oh, mate. I got tracked by that. Bad shot. Leopard probably kills me now. Oh, I got saved. Please, mechanic, fix the tracks faster, please. I don't want to be sat here in front of these people. Please. Oh, fuck off. Who hit me now? What did I even get hit by? Who set me on fire? Was it the... Did I get hit by a ricochet off of this guy or something? No, it must have been you. I can't get the gun down. He might have been scared, though, by the... Oh, at least I... Alright, I didn't break his gun. I thought I broke that guy's gun. Oh. Oh, why is it always me, dude? Why am I always getting stuck in these fucking god-awful positions? They all look great to begin with, and then all of a sudden, everyone dies at the same time, and I just get left on my own, trying to fight a horde of people at the same time. Dude, give me a break. And of course, the way I was facing, I couldn't get the gun down to shoot the leopard, right? Or the T95E1, I think it was. Is it T95E1? T54E1? I think it's the T54E1. No, I can't even remember what it is. It's not T54E1, is it? I don't remember what the name of the fucking vehicle is. Whatever it is, the thing that killed me. I think it's the T54E1 or the T95E1, whichever one it is. But, like, you know, I'm typical. I can't get my gun down. I'm not sure, though. I actually want to look in the hit analysis afterwards. I'm genuinely interested. What blew out my fuel tank? Because something hit my fuel tanks and set me on fire, and I don't know what it was. I genuinely don't know what hit me. Hello. Bye, idiot leopard. Shocking, that is. A leopard who being over-aggressive and dying. What a shock. Is it worth going around that side? Probably not, but you know what? Actually, there's part of me that's going, fuck it, let's try and do something. Plane seeking me out. It could have been a plane. It might have been a plane or a helicopter who missiled me, and that's what blew out my engine. I'm interested to know, because that's ultimately what got me killed, right? It wasn't the people coming around the corner were the method at which I died. They weren't the reason I died. This guy's coming back as well. I wonder if he's going to flank. No, he killed him. Interesting. I might have a free flank here, then. If there's anyone on A, I might have a free shot on them here. I don't think there is, though. I think they've all died or run away. No, there's the T-54E1. He's still there, still camping on the corner. Victory Army or whatever his name was there. Where was he? Where is he on here? Oh, there he is. Yeah, no, there he is. T-54E1. It is T-54E1. He's just waiting. Like, God, that must be the most boring thing in the world to do. To be playing like that. Just, he finds his position like that, and he just sits there the entire game. He could move up, he could do whatever, and he's like, nope, I'm just going to sit exactly on this angle the whole game. That must just be boring, no? Can't be me just thinking that it's boring to play like that. Must be really obnoxiously boring. Just playing a game where you just sit in the same spot the entire time, surely. Oh, fuck. They're pushing in that side again as well. If he isn't there and the T-54E1, this is a potential kill. There you go. Oh, my God. Give me a break with these fucking planes, man. Oh, every time. Every single... It's not even like I just get bombed randomly out of nowhere. It's I kill someone and I go, right, I'm finally starting to get control of this game again. And then you just hear, just fucking dead. And it's like, hey, bombed every fucking time I get a kill and immediately traded. Like, fucking hell, dude. It's such a horrible time to die as well, because it's just such a momentum killer. You finally get going back in the right direction. You're like, nice, I've got some kills. I'm feeling it. I'm getting into the game. No, I've been bombed. And what, like, I know what's going to happen, because I'll say, like, what's my counter there? Right? And people, it was him who killed me in the fucking AMX-30. And he kills me again out of spawn with a machine gun 40 seconds after spawning. But my counterplay there, right, is one of two things. An SPAA shoots him down, or I shoot him down. Now, I've just immediately killed the last guy and then get bombed. So I'm obviously not in a position to shoot that guy down out the sky. But God only knows people would love to tell me that that's how to fix that problem. Like, I remember it happened the other day where we were here in stream... And I got shot by a helicopter from 3 kilometers away, which is basically too far for me to actually hit, right? Just in general. I'm not going to machine gun someone down from 3 kilometers. And I got shot by a chopper from 3K. And someone came in, they were like, well, just shoot the chopper down. Just shoot him down, then he can't missile you. He's like, that's what I'd have done. I'd have just shot him down. And it's like, okay, dude. Yeah, I'll just shoot him down from too far away, where I can't actually hit him. Because they have lock-on missiles from 4 kilometers or whatever. Like, yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. Let me just snipe him outside of my range. Ah, it's just so annoying. It is frustrating, man. I mean, like, the planes are just annoying. Ah, it's just fucking painful sometimes. The planes and the helicopters I just find really oppressive. In terms of their balance, I mean, like, the machine gunny ones at low tier look like child's play now in comparison to that. But I've had a hatred for those bloody planes since the beginning. If anyone remembers the days of me playing the Archer, you'll know all about how the Archer and the Achilles. You'll remember how much I loathed planes back then. Because all that happened is you'd be sat in a Hellcat or an Achilles or a Jackson, and people are just like, ooh, open top TD, taka 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 with his little machine guns, and you die from a mile away while he just killed your whole crew, and it was just painful. And now, instead of that, which is you had more of a chance than ever to fight those people, now you have to fight against an Apache helicopter from 4 kilometers out, sniping you with heat-seeking missiles or whatever. And it's like, nice. Wow, I'm going to enjoy fighting that. Oh, it's just awful, some of this. I know it's arcade. It's the same in realistic, though, where literally people will say that the most powerful vehicle in realistic ground battles is a plane, not even a tank. It's literally the planes are stronger than the vehicles. And half the time it's a race for people to get a plane first, so they can go and bomb everyone and go and, like, wreck everyone in the lobby. Right? So it's like, it's the same thing in realistic, where it's just another problem of planes being really strong again. It's annoying. But for me, I think the thing that always annoys me about them more than anything at the current point is it's the timing of when they always kill me. It's not even the fact that they kill me. That's annoying, don't get me wrong. Me sitting there and getting blown up by a plane is really He kills me with that. Oh my... He quick peeks the corner. I mean, he was going to be shooting at the Vidar, right? First of all, the Vidar owes me a fucking life for that one. Jesus Christ. I took that for him, then. That had the Vidar's name written all over it, and then he, you know, backed up around the corner right as I peeked, and I took it for him. But, like, he quick peeks that and then pens me, I think, through the like weld on the plate. It looked like it was either top of the lower plate or like, you know, the middle of the upper and lower plate. Fuck off though, man. It's just one of those days, isn't it? As I said earlier, it really just feels like one of those days on War Thunder where like RNG has just said fuck you, and it's just a day of me just getting punished for everything. And it isn't probably going to change because that's just how it goes. Sometimes it's just like that and there's not really anything you can do about it. It's just the game kind of sticking its middle finger up at you and going, go on, have fun. And there's just not a lot you can do about it. I mean, if I beat the T-64, I'm undoubtedly dead. He's just going to go around the corner and kill me. Yeah, it's just annoying. I mean, while I enjoy playing this game, in the same way that a lot of these games go, inherently any multiplayer game like this that has an element of RNG that determines performance. Yeah, too late coming back. But anything that has some level of RNG to any degree, like with the shooting and things in this game, while it is actually killed, I don't think that should have killed, personally. That seems like a dodgy shot. But any semblance of RNG in effectively a skill-based game kind of can to some degree ruin the experience, because you have situations where you die to things you shouldn't have died to, or you don't die to things that, you know, like the other way around. You either get away with shit you shouldn't be getting away with, or you don't get away with stuff because of some element of RNG. And in War Thunder, just because you place a well-placed shot doesn't mean you're going to kill someone. You can fire the same shot at someone 5 or 6 different times, and you could have 5 or 6 different outcomes of kills, blowing certain bits up, not breaking certain things, whatever. Which is why it's kind of annoying. Like that one there, I'm surprised I killed that T-54 or T-62, whatever. I think it was a T-62. But I'm surprised I killed that T-62 in one shot, shooting him where I did, because I thought it was too far forward on his hull. I didn't think that would kill him. T-64, I think, is on this road, actually, now. He's either on this road, or he's backed around further into the streets. So he's either going to peek there and kill me in a minute, or he's going to reappear somewhere else on the map in a few moments. Either way, I don't really want to find out, because I'd rather not die. I'm going to, I'm sure. I'm sure he'll be there somewhere. He'll come out and shoot me, but I don't really want to find out by driving around the corner and getting blasted by him. Because I know he's there. There's just no one on the island with him. So I just don't really want to go out and look for it. There we go, he's dead now. He got bombed. There you go, he got killed by the enemy of all, the bomber. Or not even the bomber, but a bomb from a Phantom FG-1. Lovely. That guy was sat in the middle of a town. He's taken a few hits from me, but he's probably like, yeah, you know, this isn't too bad. I'm going to sit here for a moment. Get my, you know, collect my thoughts. Think about what I'm going to do next. Couldn't even see that Chieftain, to be honest. Is he behind a wall? He's there, peeking that. Okay. Yeah, that guy was sat there waiting, chilling, and he just gets bombed out of nowhere by a Phantom. Fun. That's the only way I would describe today's War Thunder session, is fun, really. It's been pretty diabolical, a lot of this today. And we've still got another 2 hours of it. Yay! So I think I haven't even checked the XP gain on the Chieftain into the, what is it, the VFM yet. I don't really want to know, to be honest, because I feel like it's going to be so unbelievably poor, it's going to be not worth looking at. And then the other part of me is like, at least we're doing vaguely well, I think, with the challenge. But even that for the event is not going quite as smoothly as it has in the past. That's going pretty bad as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing that Chieftain is still nearby. He might have died, but he's probably around somewhere still. Ah, there he is. Oh, is that the guy? That was the guy in the Khalid. Yeah, that's the same guy. He was the one in the Khalid earlier who killed me around that, when he quick peeked the corner. So there you go. Same guy. I swear that happens all the time on War Thunder there, where you just die to the same person. And then he respawns in his next vehicle and then you die to him again. Is he pushing me? I think he is. He is. I needed to, yeah. That was the best play I could have made there. By backing down, he had to peek wide and I had a better chance of hitting him before he hits me. That was actually well played from me for once. I'll give myself a pat on the back for once and say that. That was actually pretty well played. If I sat there and let him aggress onto me without punishing him, I obviously die there. So I had to make a play to bait him back and then hope he was going to peek the corner, which he did. To be honest, and again, this isn't just in this game. This also applies to other tank game if people play that. Because again, I said earlier on, I used to play that a lot back in the day. It's actually surprisingly easy to kill people like that because essentially everybody's just very kill hungry and most people are just looking to try and get a free kill. So if you try and play under the assumption that someone's going to do something outrageously aggressive and it would be the most idiotic thing possible, you're likely that they're probably actually going to do that. Like there in that Chieftain, you wouldn't dream about peeking that corner knowing I was there further out, right? It's not a good idea. He gets away with it, the K-Panzer. I shoot him in the front corner, kill one person in his turret, break something else, and did he just end me, I think? That could have been one of his rockets. I didn't see what it was. Or a anti-tank grenade or something. Still not a great game, though. It's just, there's something just not here today, isn't there? There's an element missing of whatever it is. I have no bite. I make the odd nice play, but a lot of it is just really... just tough today to really get into it. We're about halfway, give or take. We're what, 16 away from halfway? Not 16. 264 away. 264 XP away from halfway. 22,500. How bad's this looking? Oh, that's... Well, actually... Is that bad? That's not as bad as I thought that was going to be, honestly. We are actually slightly better than I thought we were going to be on that, considering how bad the day's been. That's the Khalid, by the way. I say it's basically a chief. Oh, it's not Indian. Sorry, it's Jordan. There you go. I was thinking of the what's it called? This one, the Bishma. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's the Jordanian one. There you go. It's essentially just a chieftain. It's just a chieftain Mark. It's not Mark 10. I don't know. Probably Mark 5. Except it gets these, which I don't get, of course. The needle shots, as I like to call them. Although, do we get them on the Mark 10 at all? I don't think we do, but... Oh, we do. Maybe it is a Mark 10 then, minus the shield on the front. So we do actually get those shells ourselves, which would be nice. Okay. Nice. I don't even remember what I was rambling on about now. Oh, yeah, XP and stuff. Yeah, we've been doing actually surprisingly well, considering I thought we would be worse off than we were. So, that's good at least. It's just something not quite here today, though, for me. Some of it is obviously me just not playing super well as well. I think the game is just kind of punishing today, though. I'm getting killed in a lot of situations by unexpected things, which I know I said earlier, you kind of expect the unexpected, but there's some real aggression coming out in some players today. Really, like, aggressively peeking things that you just think no one's going to go for. Or swinging angles into, like, you know, suicidal positions. No, like, they'll swing against, like, 4 people to try and kill you or something, and it's like, you know that they're going to die, but they just go on, like, the suicidal last chance to kill you. So it's just kind of crazy to peek an angle like that, and you think, he's never going to peek against 5 people, surely. And then he peeks the corner, so... I think today is kind of a perfect storm of a mix of things. I think there's the perfect storm of very aggressive players on a lot of the other teams, and or people getting into positions that are quite hard to dig out, i.e. the Magak earlier on Abandoned Factory. Spawn killing. I've died in Spawn a lot today as well, keep in mind. So you got that. You've got generally, a lot of the times today, from what I've seen, and I'm probably not helping this because I'm not playing super well, my team seems to be folding quite a lot, quite early. There's a number of times when I've been, as I pointed out earlier, last man standing on the cap. Everybody else has died, and we've sent like half the team there, and they're all dead in the first 2 minutes. And so it'll be me now getting like, you know, absolutely just mauled by like 4 people at once. And then you've got, I'm not playing very well. Shooting wise is okay, but I'm not getting very lucky in a lot of the shots that I'm landing, which is a bit unfortunate. So that's a little unfortunate. Game sense wise, I'm definitely off the pace today. Like, I'm getting caught out by a lot of stupid stuff that normally I'd be a bit more switched on to, and I'm getting caught out of position sometimes, which is kind of stupid of me. And then the final thing, like the fifth factor, I think, is you got a bit of tilt. Because of all those things combined, it gets a bit annoying. So I'm also a little bit tilted, and then that makes you play worse. So sometimes the game is just out to get you, and then the plays are just not it. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, some of it is me just playing bad, but some of it, like the Khalid at the start, right? I sit there and I'm like, right, we'll wait for the Khalid. He's going to go after the Vidar. He swings around the corner, max speed, pops his shot off, pens me straight through. Oh, I didn't get a chance to see it, did I? Fuck. But he penned me straight through the lower plate or upper plate or whatever with a shot as he peeks around the corner. And I was waiting for him, fire my shot into him, go through his track and don't do anything. Now, in a lot of cases on a Chieftain, that shot through the front drive wheel going sort of across towards the turret, like 45 degrees through him, usually probably will kill. Because of the, if we look at the X-ray on it, you've got ammo and stuff down here, and it's fairly, like, usually shooting through here is a fairly safe bet to hit like fuel tanks and all that kind of stuff, and it will give you a pretty good shot going through like the majority of the ammo if you shoot low enough. Or lower plate, you pen through here and, you know, blow up the ammo load. But obviously on that thing, the shot just didn't land, and his came straight through and blew me up. So, you know, I mean, there's kind of a perfect storm of, I think I'm also playing bad. I'm not just shifting the blame and go, oh, the game's out to get me. I'm also playing bad. There's certainly an element of that. I'm not playing super well, but at the same time, the game isn't being very nice to me either today. I'm not really getting any liberties from the game, am I? I'm not, you know, getting many chances where I'm getting a bit of that luck that I might normally have gotten, where I don't die to something and I take a direct hit, or I, you know, don't get set on fire, or I don't get my ammo blown up. I'm just insta-death every time, so. Anyway, I'm going to go for my BRB for a second. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, okay? So BRB, everyone, back in 2 ticks. And folks, you're getting unlucky with these catches today, dude. 2 or 3, I think you've missed now on the ultras. That's wild. I wish you luck in your endeavors of catching mons, because, man, you've had a few cursed days, haven't you, where things just haven't worked out for you on the old Pokemon community game. You're like me today playing War Thunder. The game's just like, 80% chance to catch, you say? Are you sure? You wish it was 80% on days like today. The game's just like, meh, no. How about no? Not today. Yeah, today's a bit of a struggle. We're struggling through it, but struggle nonetheless we shall. Again, looking at this, we're at 24-1... Oh, we're actually over halfway now. Nice. We're at 24-187, so the game that we just played obviously has ended. Where we did relatively well, so that was alright. And obviously XP-wise, we're at 146,000, so... We're doing alright. We're certainly making a bit of progress here and there. We're not flying. I'll say that. We're not flourishing today, but... You know, it's okay. We have these days. Everyone has these days on games. We just don't play well. I'm sure maybe today I won't play well, but I'll play on Sunday on stream and I'll go crazy. So, you know, it's just how it is. Just how these things work sometimes, isn't it? I don't know. It's about the balance of the game and how things go. I said it earlier as well, though, that I think there are some days... It's a weird, like, dynamic of how it works on stream for me sometimes. Because sometimes I'll play on stream and I'll be talking a lot about what... like, we'll be in a conversation about something. And I'll just be, you know... Oh, it's this shit version of the map. But we'll be playing, you know, the game like normal, and I'll just be ripping people mid-chat. And then there's some days where I'll be chatting a lot and I just can't focus for the life of me. I think today is just like one of those days where I'm talking a lot because that's the streamer in me who needs to talk. But also at the same time, I'm just like not engaging in the game properly. So, and there's also the element of I've said this before as well. I'm kind of one of those people who needs to like set a foundation quite early of doing well in the game, and then it kind of lets me go crazy. Like I played Siege the other night with Mirage. First game I played, I played some TDM. Because we always do that as a bit of a warm-up, which I know I said I hate the mode and I didn't enjoy it. It was terrible. To be honest, I absolutely got destroyed in TDM. I had 2 really bad games, and both games I came out of at the end of it were like 0.5 KD. I was doing really poor. And out of nowhere, first game on, play a game on Skyscraper on Ranked, and I go 14-6. We lose. We lost with my best game of the season going 14-6. Next game I play, second game, 9-3. It was just one of those days where on Siege, I just woke up and just went crazy, you know? And then you have alternate versions of that. That wasn't him who killed me, it was someone else, right? What? What? Hey, he wasn't even looking at me, was he? The leopard didn't know I was there, wasn't looking at me, and then the time it took me to shoot a shot and then back out around the corner, he went bang and just fucking snapshotted me. Fuck me, dude. Unless I hit the XM803 or whatever it was in front of him, but... Jesus, man. That's what I mean about earlier where I'm saying that like the game isn't really giving me any liberties today. Normally I peek that, no one turns around, I get a free kill on the leopard and I back off around the corner and run away. Today it's like peeks leopard, I can smell you, bang, fucking dead immediately. He just flicks his crosshair around. I mean, what am I doing? Speaking that silly, that being said, at the same time, what is that, a warrior? Kind of expected that thing... Well, I didn't know what it was that killed the guy in front of me because it was such a quick encounter. Kind of thought it would be a normal light with a regular cannon or something, and so he might have already fired and I had the chance, but... I don't know. I mean, that was stupid. It was overly aggressive from me, but... You know, again, it's also a product of tilt because, I mean, fucking hell. After dying to the leopard like that in the first bit, you're going to be tilted about some stuff, and I'm going to die not far out of spawn here as well to this guy, aren't I? Or his friend. Yeah, DF. I'm dead here. 100% dead. No way I live this. Yep. This is why I love cargo ports small, is for whatever reason, I said this earlier and I'll say it again. In baby tier tanks at 1.0, you play the full version of this map. Why, oh why, at 9.0 are we playing the 1/3 size? Why? Why is this version of the map in the fucking pool for 9.0? It's a map in itself which is just a town. It's bad enough playing it with like the Chieftain and stuff like that anyway, because there's no way in that map for me to play the in my opinion, there's no way for me to play the Chieftain effectively, because the Chieftain requires lots of hilly terrain, and there is none of it in a flat fucking city. And then you play one of the, it's again this shit version of it where half the map's cut off. Why does this exist? And why is it in this version of the map pool? All you do is just constrict people to the middle third of the map, so anyone who isn't in a heavy just gets absolutely fucking bulldozed. I don't understand the point of this. I can't ban it either. I know some people will say add it to your banned maps. I already have a couple of banned maps that I just outright fucking refuse to play because they're awful. Like Berlin is one of my first bans. Like I got fully stuck on that slightly jagged rock as well. Normally you just ramp over the edge of it, but I guess not today. But like, Jesus, man, it's just, yeah. These two having a, oh, fuck's sake. This is just bad to worse, isn't it? It's time for me to retire, I think. Retirement day has come at last. Time to retire as a streamer and a War Thunder player, honestly. The day is here. It is upon us. Fucking hell. This is just rough, man. Everything's shit about today. This is just bad. This is just bad today. Like, oh, Christ. Game shit. I'm tilted. It's just not a good day. This is a day in a stream to forget, quite frankly. Pray that tomorrow is better for Mass Effect. Well, at least I have shitty RNG tomorrow in Mass Effect. I've just got to deal with game decisions. Oh, I killed the 72. I thought it was a T62 crossed in front of me, so... I don't know. I thought a T62 drove across there as well, or a T64. Who was the one I was aiming at? Why are you driving behind me? Are you going around or not? Because I don't want to get fucking artilleried, my guy. Move your ass. Fucking hell. And he wonders why I was trying to back up. He pulls up there and he immediately dies to the artillery. Why do you think I didn't want to play there, dude? Jesus. There's a reason I was trying to run away. I didn't fancy getting artied either. That's why I moved. And he's like, no, out the way, Chieftain. Let me to the front. I'll deal with this problem. And he gets immediately bulldozed by the arty. I don't know what a C2A1 is. I have no idea, to be honest. Don't think I've ever fought one before. I don't know where his ammo is. Well, there it is, clearly, because he just exploded. Holy fuck, though. I'm not saying anything. I'm not even going to talk and say about how well this game's going or not going or anything, because I feel that would just curse me. Scoreboards, are we're going to look at that. That's what we're just going to reference, the scoreboard. Very aggressive from this T64 as well. I don't know why he's... This is what I said earlier about unpredictable stuff as well. Like, what is that? What is the point of pushing that if you're that guy? You've just thrown your life away 100% just for a free kill for me. Probably going to die to that K-Panzer because they're my nemesis of the day, so... Oh, that's an alive guy, the AMX-30. With his Christmas lights. Oh, don't do it, AMX. It's not worth it, mate. Don't YOLO the call. Well, he killed him, actually, did he? I think he did. He did. He got the K-Panzer. No, the pattern guy. Never mind. Well, he did kill someone. Can't fault him for that. Patterns cap him. That guy's dead. So I now have control of the bridge. Oh, he's over the, yeah, roofs. The concern for me is getting pushed from the back. I don't want to push out of this spot because this is like perfect Chieftain territory. AMX30 wants to play here as well, and I'm more than happy to give him some space if he wants to play here too. We've just got to make sure we don't drive into each other and try and like froth at the mouth for kills and ram each other out of the way. Alright, he's moved, which is fine. Oh no, he hasn't. That's the Hydra. Like, I don't want to push out this spot because over-aggression has got me killed so many times today. But I don't want to push up aggressively. But at the same time, if I sit there, no one's going to peep me anymore because we've now all pushed up. The front line's moved. So I'm now going to have to play at least somewhat more aggressively. I might get caught through here. I don't know. I don't know what the leopard angle's like where he was. I don't think they can hit my lower. Or maybe. Okay, no, they can. They broke. No, they killed my loader. They didn't break anything. If we kill that K-Panzer 70, I think it's the K-Panzer 70 or it's the MBT 70. Yeah, it's the MBT 70. If we kill him, that unlocks really this point of the map. Free kill on Leopard. I think now the best thing to do, considering people have just died here, best thing I can do is reverse. I need to back up and get back to that. Oh, someone dead behind me. No. I'm going to die now, I think. Yep. I don't know if that was there before or after because I wasn't particularly paying attention. But the wreck being directly behind me probably resulted in me not being able to run. Because if I can just back straight up and get over the hill, I might get away. But that there being blocked and having to drive around it while he's already shooting me, you know, it just leaves me having to fight too many people at once. Especially with a K-Panzer 70, who, as I've said, is my nemesis who just kills me every time I find one, apparently, and I can never kill. So, yeah, frustrating. It's alright, though. I mean, it was a good start. It was a decent start, and I was able to get into a good position. But as I said, I wouldn't say I over-aggressed, really, coming out of where I was, because I think that was the play at the time. I just think the situation changed. Everyone who was next to me, who was my support, died. And then, you know, kind of like earlier on when I pushed up an abandoned factory, I'm in a great position, and then everybody dies, and then it's not such a good position anymore, right? Because you go from a solid spot to a really bad spot real quick based on who's around you. So let's see if we can make it work again. Thanks. Yeah. Hi, Leopard. I exist, by the way, you fat fuck. Why you gotta push me? Yeah, you... Dude, this is why... People like that are why I always say about, like, the teamwork thing just not existing in War Thunder and why I play for myself. Because I sit there on the corner, he rams me up the ass, pushes me out the way, and then drives straight into a rocket from the guy around the corner who was obviously gonna blast him. Because guess what? He's in a Leopard. The fucking cesspool of intelligence that it is, the German tech tree. Jesus fuck. Like, I'm all for people sharing positions. These guys want to play here now. What am I going to do? I'm going to wait until one of them dies or something like that and then go and play it. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, this SK, let's fucking ram him out the way so I can drive up around the corner and die. Obviously not. But, like, what is that Leopard doing, man? What an idiot. That's just stupid. That's such a moronic thing to do. And what happened? He just got himself killed for it. Drives up. No, he's not even got his gun on the guy. Why not? Because I have more intelligence than that Leopard. That's why. Not that much of an idiot like the Leopard is. I just... Like, everyone makes a shit play every now and again. But, like, there's a difference between making a shit play and doing that. Right? That's not just, oh, I did something a bit silly. I made a bit of a shit play. He's basically just like a bomb. Like the guy. I don't even want to talk about that fucking leopard anymore, dude. That's like the biggest case of brain rot I've ever seen. Fucking moron, that guy. I don't know who it was, but whichever player it was. I think it was the Italian leopard. I mean, I don't know who he was here, but fucking genius, that guy, whoever he was. I think it was the Italian one. It might have been a German one. If it was, it wouldn't surprise me a bit. But he was like slightly sandy colored, so it made me think it was probably the Italian rather than the other. Which, that maybe? Oh, I think it was that guy with the Leopard 185. There's probably this. Yeah, it was that guy probably. I don't get it, man. I just don't get the point. What, like... Just an idiot. I'm probably going to die here as well. Like, at this point, the game's over, so I'm not going to push the cap again, because we're just going to die. So, I'd rather sit here and see if I can get a lucky snipe off at the end of the game, rather than push this and die now like a mug. Like, I don't want to die. If I get a lucky shot, then I get a lucky shot, right? If this XM803, which I don't think he's going to, he's going to save his, like, KD or whatever and sit around the corner. But... Which, I always find it a little bit pointless, because if the game's basically ending, you might as well go for a shot and try and get an extra kill. But... I just... Oh, that leopard, dude. Actually wasn't a bad game either. It was 5 kills. It could have gone significantly better. You know, if a few things were different, but like... I'm actually in disbelief at what we saw there. I'm actually in disbelief about what we witnessed. Like, I'm genuinely confused about what that leopard thought he was going to do there. Just... I don't know, dude. I don't know what Leopard was thinking. Wow, he wasn't. That's the story in it. He wasn't. Yeah, days like today do make me wonder sometimes why I play games. Why I don't just play Skyrim for you know, for a thing on stream. Maybe that's what it is. I should become a permanent Skyrim streamer. Good map, at least in Ardennes. I mean, this could go really bad, though. It depends. I have a few spots, like, on Ardennes I like playing. They generally tend to be from this side of the map, though, so... we're on, like, in my opinion, the worst side of the map. I think. I'm sure that's just one of those opinions that I'm sure some people will say this side of the map's better, but for me... opposite side of the map's just so much better. Particularly around this road here. There's a giant ridge line here and there's these houses that you can shoot through. Really, really nice position back here behind the ridge lines that you can just sit on. And in something like a Chieftain, it's basically just like gold dust sitting there. You can sit there, you can peek the ridge, it's not too steep, and you can just, you know, fire shells over the top of the ridge line all day long. It's great. Problem you got though is that on this side it's really risky trying to get up there, and then the ridgeline is really steep. So if I do push it from this side, not only am I going to have to fight people for it, like here, probably with this ZTZ, and there's a VFM5. So we're in at least a, what, a 9-3 game here. A Galbatash. I'm dead. Their whole team's here. Nice. At least all their mediums are here. Maybe get maybe get saved here from the fact they can only see my turret. No, never mind. I mean... Ah, dear. Great way to start the match, isn't it? Getting rushed by, what, 4 mediums, was it? I think there might have even been more. It was at least 4. Oh, yeah. That's what I get for shit talking the idiot in the leopard, I guess. That was loader, so you can't reload at least that weapon. You can probably still shoot them. Bad shot. VFM is... Yep. I'm 1 grid square out of the spawn. See that spot I was talking about on our den where they are now? That's basically the Magax spot from Abandoned Factory all over again. It's a hold down ridge line with a piece of cover where you can snipe the enemy spawn basically straight after they drive out the spawn. Like, this is how far we made it. We spawned there, we drove up here, and we died. That's where we died. Brutal. Brutal. I'm almost tempted to go after that Chrysler, but like, Khalid knows. He broke my gun anyway, and he's a mile away. Void perfected. Oh dear. This is gonna be over before we know it, this game. I'm almost kind of just... The way that I view games like this sometimes when I die this quickly is like, just it's a write-off. I honestly don't care at this point. I'll just die here and I'll be happy going on to the next match. It's just a crap match. You know, you sometimes like wonder about whether it's even like worth playing the rest of it or just abandoning halfway through. Because we are actually winning, funnily enough, but because we're winning the town, but we're just losing all the rest of the map. Macabre can't shoot, which is nice. Not that it really is going to be much of a consolation, but sure I'll get shot by the XM1. I mean... Oh, I died to the leopard and stuff. That was the furthest one back, you could see me. Not really a lot to say on that one. That's just bad, again. Another shit game. Dude, that leopard did a number on me. If it wasn't for this, I would honestly just say I might just end stream now. But I still haven't finished my challenge yet. I want to finish the challenge. That's my goal now. I don't care about playing well. Today's just been a disaster anyway. Hey, we got the better side this time at least. I'm sure I'll probably get killed now doing the same thing I was saying about a minute ago. I'll go play that spot in the Chieftain. I'll probably get popped straight away by someone getting a shot through my hatch or something. So that'll be fun. Just how it is sometimes, I guess, though, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. So that's just how games go sometimes. Some days it's that meme clip that I've talked about before. Of I think it's a guy talking about it's like a football coach or something. He's talking about his team's performance, and he just goes, "Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit." And that describes today pretty well. We have a few moments of like actual good stuff, and then the rest of it's like, nah. Saying that though, actually, about the challenge, I think if it... I'm going to kind of like have a bit of a think when we get to the BRB. If we're still really just not having a good time at the BRB, I think I might just end the stream early, to be honest. I don't like doing that. I hate conceding defeat and ending early, but like today it's just been... Fuck off. Engine, please. Don't die on me. Okay, we're ending after this game. I'm ending the stream after this game. I'm not playing anymore. Yes, I should have gone more to the left, but at the same time, that's twice in a row now that I've gone to the same spot and been rushed by multiple mediums. I'm done. I'm done, bro. Nobody fucking cares anyway, so whether I play good or not, so at that point it's just a decision on me, so I'd rather not continue playing and just nuke this VOD after I'm done. At least try and finish on a decent game, because the rest of them will be shite today, so there's like half the enemy team here as well. Can't hit that guy. Can't hit the 64 who's in the spawn. And a T-72 in the spawn. I would have died there anyway. It wouldn't have mattered because they had too many people rushing even if I got into the position. I'm too tall here as well. They can probably see me the whole way because of my antennas. So that's not going to help me. Suspect this 551's going to have a go at me. He has fired though. Hey, I got a kill. Needle shell bullshit at its finest. I just penned the fucking upper plate of a tilted back T-62 at like a kilometer. Balance, dude. Khalid kills me probably. Yep. What is it with the Khalids? It's just Russian players who play that. Everyone I've run into today has been a Russian player. Oh wow. Bunch of these XM803s and things again. Free kill. Take that at least. No, I'm gonna try and move up. Khalid's probably gonna swing on me, but we'll see. Yep, he's coming. Yep. Okay. Okay, well, that's the end of that game. It was actually looking vaguely good. We're probably going to win. It just doesn't matter anyway. Okay. To anyone who's still here, thanks for hanging out. What else we got? Eternal, thank you for the 5 stream streak. Nitty with the 15. Maximum with a 3. Thank you for the stream streaks. I'm done today. I don't want to play anymore, quite frankly. I'm going to see you all later. I'm not raiding out. Have a good one. If anyone's still here. Take it easy.